QB.
Audio, I think, is on.
Oh my goodness, and I don't have my songs up yet. Oh my god, no. Okay, hang on, I can fix this.
Alright. I'm partially in Spence's window. This multi-window thing might not work now that we don't
It's
have
okay,
one
we're
player.
learning by trial and error. Hello, my name is Neysa Does Cosplay, and welcome to Curse of Strahd. We are going to do things a little bit differently than I usually do when I'm running Tears of Kairos. First thing that we are going to do is we are going to direct your attention to the... ¿Dónde está the fundraiser bar? Oh my god, no, it's missing. Okay, while we're figuring that out, we're currently
OBS ate it.
Oh, again? We're currently doing a fundraiser donating to St. Jude's. We're only running it until the end of October. For this campaign only, I am offering some, what I am calling, Choose a Chaos. You can see it to the side over here. There are incremental levels. If you donate while we're on stream so we see it pop, these things will happen in the game. The players are aware of this. They may not know the extent to how far this is going to go. But,
do I have $75 for the first episode? Oh, all right, well, I tell you what, we're gonna get this done right.
And finally,
Surprise,
if we do meet our final goal by the end of the month, provided that we meet it before the finale, I will be cosplaying as Strahd for our finale game. Our schedule's still a little bit iffy. We'll be talking about that later. But basically, we have until Halloween to get this taken care of. And there it is up top. So we are currently at 20 out of 500 is our goal. And therefore, if you are watching, if you would like to donate, please donate while we are on stream so that we can do these things and you can get your money. What happened now?
Illusion interrupted.
Go for it.
Okay, we don't have to pick up from there. I'll just download and clip.
Yeah, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Internet's being dumb.
Yeah.
Alright, so choose a chaos to the side over here. Donate while we're on stream so that we can see it. And we will then include your choose a chaos selections in the actual game play. Now, what we're going to do is technically we have 4 characters for this campaign. One of them cannot join us until next week. And so what we're doing is something that's going to make everything make sense, I promise. So, I want each of you to roll me a d20. Flat.
Oh my god. What'd you give me? Oh.
What you got?
I got an 8.
Nice. What you got?
19.
Okay, what you got?
18.
Alright, so,
Hell yeah.
Spencer, introduce yourself as a player first.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Spencer, also known as Ninja Spence 21.
Alright, Spencer, your character is where right now?
I would say that my character is basically traveling on like some random plane of existence. Currently, basically, probably like assisting somebody with just like a broken leg because a child fell out of a tree.
Alright, as you are finishing patching up this child's leg and you get your payment and you move on along the path, a fog begins to rise around you. You're traveling alone, so you don't really have to worry about losing anybody else in the fog. But as you're walking, the ground underneath you begins to change. The gravel path that you're on is no longer gravel. You're feeling twigs and mulch and bits of straggly grass under your feet. And as the fog finally clears, you're in a forest that you were not in before. These trees are tall and ancient, and there is a thick humidity, a cold humidity here. On a log, not 20 feet away from you, sits a raven. And strapped around the raven's lower legs are 4 small message scrolls.
Mm-hmm.
The raven watches you, uncannily intelligently.
New Raven, who dis?
Going to basically, could I make an insight check on this raven?
Sure.
Okay.
check.
That'll be a
Raven is-
15.
The Raven is insightful.
The Raven has messages, and you can see writing on the outsides of the scrolls, and the Raven kind of shuffles itself. Seems like it's almost presenting the messages a little more obviously.
Okay. My character basically decides to just carefully just approach and basically wants to grab one.
Alright, as you go and bend closer to look at the scrolls, you do see one that has a GRE, very visible on it.
Oh shit! You graduate in the magic schools. You are getting.
But the rest
what
of the
we're all
word
at.
is kind of tucked around the side.
Kind of like look up at it and just like
It cocks its head at you, kind of croaks a little bit. It seems impatient now.
I just grab it.
You grab it, and as you pull it off and the rest of the word is revealed, it's your name, Gretahana. The Raven flies off.
All right. Open it and read it.
And we'll get back to you.
Okay.
Alright, Hewitt. Where is your character right now?
He was making his way back for the Liege Lord, the Craft King of Bozazoth,
Right,
with missives from one of his other nobles,
right.
and so he's just moving through the hilly countryside, trying to make as good a time as he can because he wants to stay in good favors.
Of course, of course. And what time of day is it?
That would be late evening.
Excellent. As the sun goes down, it seems maybe a little quicker than normal, or maybe things just get a lot darker a lot quicker than you expected. You realize that this path doesn't look familiar anymore. And there's a bit of, you kind of hear thunder behind you, and a bit of fog is starting to roll over the grass.
Thunder rolls.
I like birds, don't get me wrong. As you continue traveling, the mist continues to build and build, and the rolling hills that you've been traversing change to a very low-lying, kind of marshy feel. You're starting to hear creaks and groans around you like a deep forest, and as the mist clears with a bit of a breeze, you find yourself in a deep, dark forest. This is not where you were previously. And there is a raven sitting on a low branch of a tree with what appear to be 3 scrolls tied around its legs.
Gotta look right at the raven. Hey there, little buddy. Are you here for me? I think I might be lost. I'm gonna take that as a yes.
It kind of shuffles across the branch a little bit and kind of sticks out one leg.
Gonna ask consent first. I can take this message from you, my little friend. All right there.
You pull one off, and as you pull it off, you realize that there's a name written on it that says Viktoria.
Little one, this ain't mine. Am I supposed to keep it?
It leans forward with its leg still sticking out.
I'll just take this other one. Am I supposed to take all 3?
It pecks at your hand until you put the one that says Victoria back.
All right then, I didn't know.
And then it flies off before you can do anything else. This one does have your name on it. Chateclaire.
I'll be damned. I spelled it right.
Alright. Where's your character?
So I reckon I'd be about a day and a half's journey back to Waterdeep after the rest of my party done died on our last little group outing.
How tragic.
It is another one of them there TPKs. They weren't real ready for what we've been doing. But as I am, whose I am, I look, when the going gets going, I got to get going too. I had to skedaddle and leave a couple of them where they were. But I did bring back their horse and some of their gold because it wasn't gonna do no good to them zombies that was getting us today.
So you're probably on the plains approaching Waterdeep from
About
the east.
a day and a half. About a day and a half.
One of the Griffin patrol swoops by overhead, spooks the horse, and the horse runs off, gold in tow.
But I was on the horse.
Yeah, you're skedoodling the
Okay.
wrong direction now.
That's fine. I just
Heading for a little
I was
patch of
trying
trees.
to see if I needed to roll some kind of check to see if I got bucked off or not. But no,
No,
didn't say
I'm
it.
not gonna make it that. I'm
All
not gonna
right,
make it that.
good. Because I don't want.
I figure you know how to ride a horse, maybe. Possibly,
Maybe I don't know.
hopefully.
It wasn't my horse to begin with. I got it now.
But in any case, the horse is carrying you at speed toward a little patch of trees.
Freaking right.
And
It'll be a long night if you can't keep up. I tell you.
and we're gonna basically the same sort of thing happens as you enter the trees and the horse is continuing to run. Eventually, you do kind of manage to get it slowed to a stop. You hop off to kind
Whoa
of.
there, little doggy.
You
Tell
hop off to kind of get it to soothe down. It does buck and wheel away again as you hear the trees all toss in what feels like a very unnaturally cold breeze for this time of year. A mist sweeps along the breeze, and when it finally clears a few seconds later, you're not in the same patch of trees. There's no sunlight overhead. It seems like a very deep dusk twilight.
What in the hell just happened?
And you feel a hard poke on the back of your shoulder.
The fuck?
You turn around and there's a raven sitting on a stump. Oh,
I ain't eating in about a day.
it sticks out a leg. There is a message attached to
Look
its
here,
leg.
Raven. If I'm gonna eat you, I'm gonna eat the whole thing, not just that leg. Hold on. I'll hop off my horse right quick.
Oh no, the horse is gone.
All right, good. That's fine.
You just
Less
almost-
things that I have
Hold
to
on.
do.
Do you realize you were like you're still in the air where the horse was, and you now just
No, he
okay?
I do
he
the
hopped
whole.
off the
I
horse
do the
to
motions.
soothe it, and then the horse ran off again.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying
I
like
fixed the problem.
Okay.
okay. I thought you were saying the horse.
In my
he
mind-
hovered in on
In my
it.
mind, I
No.
did the motion like my leg went way up. I got where
I
the fuck my
fixed-
horse go?
I fixed the problem.
Did you?
No,
Or
I
we
ain't,
just
tried.
are we making a new one?
You know, at this point, I don't know.
I ain't had no raven fowl in about a month or two. I ain't cooked the last one
It
either.
reaches down and starts picking at the ties holding the message to its leg.
Yeah, I'll get that later. I'll get that later.
Miss Raven's like, I'm out.
I'll still be here when you die. I'll pull up my bow, right? I'm gonna knock an arrow. I'm gonna take real careful aim.
It's still working on the message ties.
And now I'm gonna loose that arrow at that break. Because I'm gonna try to eat.
The arrow explodes in a flash of light about 6 inches from the raven.
The fuck you just do? You ain't no regular bird, is you?
It pulls the message scroll off its leg, glares at you with beady little eyes, drops the message scroll on the stump, and takes off.
Dude, you just made the BBEG. Like when you die, this
I'm a-
raven will come back to eat you now.
Alright then. The fuck this is?
You reach for the scroll, and it has your name on the outside of it.
Which name?
It actually has. Hang on.
My birth name? God-given name?
Or is it just your government name? This is important.
That's exactly what they would be separated as. I have my birth name and my government name.
Oh, no. It just says Syrex.
Okay, as my government name.
Alright. So, Syrex,
Well.
Gretahana, Chateclaire. All three of you open your messages, I assume. Yes?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Each of them is addressed to you individually. My dear Gretahana, Chateclaire, Syrex. And the
They don't know me one bit. They start off with my dear.
the handwriting is very elaborate and long strokes, flourishes. It's a little difficult to read in this dark woods.
No.
Sure.
I'm not.
But in any case, it doesn't take too terrible much to be able to read it. It is written in common. Know that it is I who have brought you to this land, my land of Barovia, my home. Know also that I alone can release you from its bounds.
The fuck is Barovia?
I bid you dine at my castle, so that we can meet in civilized surroundings. I assure and promise that your passage here will be a safe one. I await your arrival eagerly. And it is signed, your host, Strahd von Zarovich.
Alright, well...
There is a P.S. under the signature. For each of you it is different. For Greta, it says, P.S. Are you still searching for word of Falros? For Chateclaire, it says, P.S. You will be forgotten by the Craft King in Bosazath, but Barovia will remember all. For Syrex, it says, P.S. Have you become worthy of the Grey Tongue name yet?
Right, looks like I got a job offer.
The hell they say? Now, I don't know where the hell this castle is, but they did say there's food out there. Is it... Can I see a
It's been
castle?
so
within
long.
range?
Perception.
Alright, we're going perception this shit.
I'm sorry, stream. I am, Oh, Furion. Hey.
19.
You do not see a castle per se, but as you're kind of starting to look around, you're trying to get your bearings. Off in the distance, the wind kind of shifts a little bit, and it brings to you the smell of cooking fires. You smell deep, hearty, meaty and beetroot smells. A lot of, as the wind gets a little stronger for a moment, you also hear voices and even the sounds of like a tambourine and a couple of small drums.
I don't sound like a castle, but sure does smell like food. Alright, well, I guess I know where I'm going. Big whistle.
Okay.
Damn horse and run off.
Alright.
Fuck. And start walking.
What are you up to after reading the message there, Greta?
She is basically like, she starts kind of weeping a little bit, and then that just like, well, I guess it's just time to figure out what is it I need to do. And she just basically just shuffles to her feet and just tries to try to sense anything, or don't know where to go exactly. So what do I need to roll?
Perception.
Okay. That is a 23.
You, as you're kind of letting yourself, you're opening yourself to your surroundings, and off in the distance, a little bit to your left, you hear what sounds like a camp. You can hear a number of different voices, a few small instruments, and as you're kind of taking that in and aligning yourself to that, from your right, you hear a very loud whistle.
She just hears that whistle, and then that she just like instinctively puts her hand on like this nice kind of like looking like wooden, just kind of like wooden handle with just a blue wrapping comma, basically like a little hand scythe or sickle.
Yeah.
And then as she just like, what was that? Must have been some kind of bird or something, but it sounded humanoid.
Do you want to head toward the whistle or toward the camp sounds?
She's gonna head towards the whistle.
Okay, we'll get back to that. Chateclaire, what are you doing after reading this message?
The player is still trying to get all of his spells written down. That's why I was apologizing.
What you get for cooking everybody dinner.
The short story is you'd probably at this point hear the wind will shift,
pretty-
you'll hear the camp, but you'll also hear a whistle from a different direction.
I don't know who this Strahd von Zarovich is, but I'll say this to anybody that's listening. Sounds like he's got money. Sounds like he can pay. And sounds like it might just be Chateclaire's day. What the hell is that whistle? It is off tune. That's all right. It's that bacon. I smell bacon. I'm just gonna
Alright,
start
so
making my way.
toward the camp or toward the whistle.
When you have a -2 intelligence.
Oh
Oh, -2 intelligent buddies. Hey.
Hey. All right. So
Got a +2.
are you moving toward the camp sounds with any specific? Are you trying to be quiet about it, or
It would be after realizing my horse wasn't coming. I did think I'd want to sneak up on this camp just to see what was going on before.
roll stealth for me and roll survival for me, Greta?
Something
gosh.
good.
That is going to be survival. I got a 23.
Okay. You're sneaking closer to the camp. Greta, as you're getting closer to where you thought you heard the whistle coming from, you hear very, very subtle sounds of someone moving across the forest floor. And you do you pause for a moment and you look, and you're able to see moving away from you and kind of toward where you heard the camp noises, and can still hear the camp noises. Describe your character, Syrex.
So you see a small what is it? Dragonborn. I don't know why I kept thinking dragon folk. That's not right. See a small dragonborn, not 4 foot tall, 4'2", 4'5", somewhere in there. Small, short dragonborn with a hood over his head mostly, and he is not looking your direction because he's sneaking up on something in that direction, and he's just kind of ducking behind bushes trying to make sure no one sees him.
What do you want to do with that information, Greta?
Kind of a burnt orange, reddish color.
She is basically going to try to cut him off with stealth.
Roll stealth, and you can roll a perception as well.
I love this is how we're starting.
Yay. First low roll of the night.
Oh!
It's gone forever. The lights are red and black.
Good God, I just rolled a 15 for you. Oh, then you definitely see me.
Let's see. It's
Because I got a 10.
12, 13, 14, 16. It's a 26.
From behind you, as you're sneaking closer and closer to the camp, you think you're maybe about 100 yards away. You can start to see a bit of glow and some tent-type shapes through the trees. From behind you, you hear a twig kind of snap. And you can turn around and see...
That you see basically a 6'11", tallish furbolg woman, a little bit old, she is up in just her years, with just that the salt and brown chestnut hair is just kind of like neatly tied up into a bun, and also she has a tail that has the same kind of like graying effect. Her kimono is basically like this bright, fiery orange red. I mean, yeah, kind of like orange, but she does have a tassel that is red, a long with just a big red obi. For those that don't know, that it is basically that the bow that is on the back of it, and then that she is basically. That the most prominent feature about her is that you kind of notice that the skull kitsune mask that is just kind of like neatly tucked away on the side, inside of her
Like
kimono. Yeah.
tucked in.
Okay,
And
so
then she's just like, oh dear, I did it again.
very quickly, I turn around and like bow was still in hand, but I don't have an arrow. But I just pull back the string, and I'm pointing it right at you, and you see something glowing where an arrow would be. And I'm like, now look at here, Grandma. There's only one reason to be sneaking around, especially behind people like me. Now, you got about 2 seconds to start spilling your beans before I start loosing arrows. I don't know who the hell you think you is. How far away is this lady? How far? Like 10 feet, 15?
She's really far away
30,
because of your
40
depth
feet.
perception, but that's
Yeah.
just because she's really
That
tall.
she
So,
is,
so I'm just yelling out things. So, I'm not trying to be sneaky anymore. Someone done
how old does Syrex appear to kind of look?
How do you define an age?
I mean-
of a dragonborn?
Does he have a lot of wrinkles? Does he have any gray patches?
No wrinkles, no gray patches.
Is he molting?
Not molting.
So young. Okay.
Youngish, definitely much younger than you.
That's because you only lived to 80.
Damn.
Yeah, like in human years, I'd be 30, but like definitely
Okay.
much younger than you.
Okay. Then that she's just gonna.
Toss me one of those.
She is going to basically gonna be like, oh, then we have basically a young whippersnapper trying to try up on me again. Well,
Snap, I'm about to snap your whip, little lady.
and then that she basically, that you just basically, now, before we get violent, I just up in the same
Explain
predicament
yourself.
as you. You were traveling wherever you were, and that did you not appear here too?
The hell you say?
You heard me correctly.
How in the hell you know which and where I wasn't traveling for? And if
I don't know
Huh?
where you were. I was just traveling
Explain.
alone.
So you just telling me you up and appeared in this here first?
Why, yes, I believe so. I was just got done helping out a child that fell out of a tree, patched him up, was on my way, and then that there was a raven.
Did you try to shoot it and eat it?
No,
Or what'd you do with that raven?
I just kind of like it was something weird, but I basically got just this fancy leather.
So you take letters from ravens and just trust that shit?
I didn't trust it.
Cause look at here, I ain't never got no letter from no daggum beast of the woods before. But if a fowl jumps up and starts telling me which and where to do, I'll tell you right now.
I'm gonna say right now, I told them they could be as stupid as they wanted. I didn't care. We're not trying to make this very serious.
Right.
It's meant to be fun.
I
It's gonna be
mean
spooked, but
that
it's gonna be fun.
you know that I can just offer you just that a halfling's original piece of candy.
That's one of them there caramel things, ain't it?
Yes.
I'm gonna be up and down.
Oh,
so much.
hold up right now. Cause I don't trust them there ravens, but it did try to slip me a letter too. Keep your hands off that there sickle.
It's a comma, my dear.
Tomato. And
I'm
That
gonna be
you
clear
know
with
that-
this.
toss me that there candy right quick, and we can talk. Catch it in there.
Oh yes, and by the way, I really didn't need the sickle if I wanted to whoop your ass if I wanted to.
Bitch, you might not be even the hero here. I tell you. You over here talking about how you gonna put your hands on me, but you don't even get about 10 yards from it before you gonna be lit up.
Chateclaire, you're hearing a bit of a commotion a little bit to your left. Looking through the trees, you can see
I smell the candy, then I put it in my pocket.
a normal sized scaly looking person and a rather taller bovine-ish looking person having a bit of a Mexican standoff.
Would you
Shut up!
What you
Wow.
call me?
Where I come from, we call that little mama three halfling auntie. Just gonna pull out.
You're still about like 30, 40 feet away from them, but kind of on like a triangulate.
All right. So Chateclaire, hearing this, knowing that they're on edge, is not gonna come in quiet because he's not gonna try to sneak up because that's the worst thing you can do.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna pull out his guitar
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna start strumming a few melodious little tunes.
Y'all's attention is immediately snagged right after the halfling's original candy
Yeah,
discussion
yeah.
by music where it's not from the camp, it's much closer to you guys, through the woods.
Now, what in the hell is that? You got backup? You got frames in there for us?
No, I don't have friends.
And stepping forth from the woods, still strumming. Hey there, everybody. No need to fight. No need to fret.
Well,
I
ain't
think we
that
all
the-
might be in a domain of dread.
Describe your character.
You see a 5 foot and chain Aarakocra dressed very much in courtier's robes with a traveler's cloak, a very nice sword on his hip, but he's a 5'1" rooster with a floppy hat. Actually, no, it's a tricorn hat.
It's a tricorn hat.
I am just.
If that ain't the biggest goddamn prairie fowl I ever seen in my life. Oh, buddy, ooh. Give me a little bit of hot honey sauce in the fire. I'll do you right.
Now that he may be.
I
just
thank you for the offer, my dear friend. However, I don't go that way.
Do you have a
I am a barbecued fowl, if anything.
Now look at here. If some count hadn't invited me to a feast, I might be trying to get some of that right there. Cause they got a fire over there. I can smell it, and I ain't eating about a day. So, look, ma'am, I don't know who you are. I don't trust you. You've been trying to sneak up on me like that with these weird candies and shit. I'm gonna try it later, but maybe, but only after somebody else doesn't die first. You, sir, you play a pretty guitar. I tell you, that's might be
Thank
one
you.
ring redeeming
Thank you
quality.
very much.
Do you have a name, Sonny?
He is going to doff his hat. Bonjour, je m'appelle Chateclaire du Coq au Vent.
The hell you say?
Oh, it's I'm sorry. That's a little bit of R-ing for you. I'm sorry. That I like to give my nomenclature just a little bit more elegance and say, y'all, my name's Chauncey.
Okay.
I can deal with a Chauncey.
I can deal with that.
That can be all right. I don't know
Gret-
what the gibbly gobble you said earlier, but
That-
Chauncey.
That Gretahana will do, but Gretahana is fine.
All right, thank you, tall mama. Gotcha.
Alright.
I'm gonna stand up as tall as possible.
Y'all's about the same size.
All 4'2" of me.
This one's like 2 feet
take
tall.
off
I am just slightly less than a foot taller than our little tiny dragonborn friend.
I take off my hood, and there's little spikes that almost make a mohawk type thing going down my head. And my name is Syrex, and what, y'all know anything about why we here?
I don't know.
One of my lesser ball brethren gave me this little letter. I ain't opened it yet because I don't fully trust it because they are carrying.
See, I told you.
I mean, I read mine.
I tried to kill it.
Actually, she told us we read all of it, so I mean it's totally cracked open.
I didn't figure you would. I don't want the halfling's original. That was given to you.
He threw it to me. I don't need these.
I got a whole bag of them over
Give
there.
it back to you.
Give me back my goddamn candy, you heathen.
Right.
Heathen's accurate. That's accurate.
As y'all are kind of warily becoming acquainted with each other, there's a loud kind of like branch snapping sound from the direction of the camp, and looking in that direction you can see a figure standing in the trees holding up a torch. Seems to be a human wearing traveling type clothes, and seems to be looking into y'all's direction in the woods, and calls out, "Everything all right, friends? Lot of commotion for this late in the evening."
I don't know who you think you are. Most
We
commotion
would
happens
probably
in the
agree.
evening. I don't know where you from. There ain't no commotion happening in the morning. It's always evening commotion. But yeah, I guess it's
We
alright.
might not be
It's
with this
all
one.
right.
That's alright.
Be welcome, friends. Come join our fire. Have
Insight.
stew, have mead. You can insight. You can do whatever the hell you want, man. I don't care.
Oh, what is this?
16.
Okay.
Thank you, big giant golden pink
Seems
die.
legit elf
Natural
chicken.
one, the first natural one of the game.
Oh no.
See, you talk smack on Discord about those
19.
13 nat 20s.
See? You've dealt with a lot of humans in Waterdeep, and especially in the South Ward, there's a lot of traders and caravanneers that come through, and you're getting that kind of vibe. Like, this seems like maybe a caravan, a group of traders, a group of road folk, or something like that, and
Maybe
just being welcoming like they do. But you've
Maybe I
never
ain't-
heard this accent before.
aside from how he talks, it don't feel like I'm that far from home anyway. Alright, let's see what he got going on. I heard you say meat.
Yes. Or wine if you prefer.
No, meat's good.
Meat and stew. Come.
Too many into the woods stew jokes.
I had to bring it back.
Now come,
Chris
come.
would be
I won't stew.
Alright, so y'all approach, and you do see it is just a human guy. He's got a bit of a gaunt face, looks like really travel-worn clothes, dark hair, dark eyes, dark weather-beaten skin, seems to be middle-aged. As you get closer and kind of come into his torchlight, he says, "Oh, very far-flung travelers indeed. I am Nikolai. This is our camp. You are welcome. Follow me."
And the hell kind of name is E. coli.
Nikolai. It's Vistani. Don't question it.
Just call him Nicky.
That would be acceptable. Follow.
Thank
And
you.
turns to lead y'all into the camp. The camp itself is the camp itself is apparently situated kind of on the bank of a river. The forest is backing it in kind of a half moon shape, and the tents kind of fill the space until you get closer to the water. There's a lot of grass there, and there's a bunch of large, shaggy horses that are picketed along the water line. There's a few children running around, a couple dozen. Looks to be 10 or 12 different tents, or and also some rolling like wagon houses, canvas tops, and wooden doors actually set into one end of them. The entire camp, the people that you're passing are all human. A few people that might have some elvish heritage. You can see a few pointed ears, but not very prominent. There doesn't seem to be many actual elves here. The people that you pass kind of barely glance up, give you a bit of a, alright, kind of nod, and go back to whatever they're doing, cleaning laundry, repacking things, pulling out dishware. There are a couple of central hearths with a bunch of logs and like rickety chairs pulled out of the various tents and wagons, set up in kind of like a central gathering space. And it's here that the tambourines and the small drums are playing. Nikolai brings y'all into this central space and gestures with the torch before he tosses it back into the fire and says, "Have a seat. The dinner will be ready momentarily."
Man, ask you a question. No one pronounced any of the words on the paper that we were given. Like I just read it, right?
Right.
It didn't like project in my mind or anything like that.
No.
All right. Cool.
That's why I didn't read it in a voice. I
Yeah.
wanted to. but
I'm
I
just
was like,
wondering if I would have mispronounced random words.
You might have.
I
It's
mean,
up to you.
I have a
I
nigga
Strahd
1, 2.
von Zarich.
Some rich Strahd. Strahd. Strahd.
That Greta
Strahd.
just sits on the ground. Just
No idea what it would do. All right, I'm gonna take a seat on a log or somewhere that'd be nearest to the fire.
Nikolai kind of waits for you all to sit, turns as a young woman brings over like a tin tray that has just like some slices of bread and a small little pat of butter. He brings it over and says, "Guest gift before the dinner.
oh,
You
thank
may
you.
eat with us tonight."
Take it.
Take it. And
You might understand that you're offering us hospitality in the sense and such.
Just looking at it and smelling it.
Indeed.
Waiting until somebody else
Understood.
bites into it.
Travelers in the woods from different places are often led to us for one reason or the other. It is our honor and privilege to be of assistance.
All right.
very well.
What y'all want? I'm waiting on y'all. Y'all know how.
I'm waiting on somebody else to take a bite of this bread before I do.
Oh, Nikolai's already taken a.
Chateclaire is picking off pieces because with a beak.
Yeah, yeah.
That Greta just basically just gets done doing her butter and just eats it like,
That-
this is exquisite.
It's a very dark rye type bread. Like it's a strong sourdough in there.
Break it in half.
never had anything this rich before.
You said something about me?
It was just usually burnt
May I
ends.
have some?
Yes.
Thank you.
Instead,
A few other like younger men and women are starting to bring over like a few like expandable like stands for trays, and they're setting out different things. You eventually get past a tankard of mead. For you,
just some water would be fine.
of course, gets a nice cool glass of water poured for you.
Thank you.
And for you, our alien friend
Water would be just fine.
as well, and passes it along.
Sipping on mead, eating on spreads.
Alright.
I thank you for your hospitality, sir. I tell you.
Of course, as I said, honor and privilege.
I really do. It's really appreciative. I ain't seen nothing but death, destruction, and running for a minute. So I tell you, it's nice to see it.
As do many who end up here.
Yeah, that's me.
We are not a happy place here in Barovia.
On that note, exactly where is Barovia?
A place that is no place.
I've been to a few of those.
Never heard
I'm gonna need more of this
Barovia.
mead before you keep talking like that, sir.
Drink up, Fred.
I mean,
Pour another glass.
basically show
He
some
ain't making no
respect.
dang sense what he ain't doing.
Show some respect for them that they had offered us dinner.
It's understandable. Barovia is not easy to explain. It is a place that is between and a place that is nowhere. Many come here, many live here, many die here. Not many live here. We Vistani are few that can, but limited in how often. We have ways. They are not easily found.
Magic.
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 That's what you're guessing.
I would assume that the mists came for you, friends.
That no dead gum raven.
Her eyes just that you know that her dullish gray eyes just start to kind of wisen up more as she pays attention.
For some reason, everybody already knows what done did happen to us, so go ahead.
You're not the first. I doubt you will be the last, though we hope you might be. He knows.
That's already that's kind of grim. I mean,
Yes.
Yep.
You said a raven.
Mm-hmm. I did.
It had messages for you, yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is normal as it gets here.
How in the hell is a raven carrying messages that knows things about you you ain't told no soul since they died normal as normal gets?
Magic.
I mean that I don't just.
Our
didn't-
patron, Strahd von Zarvich, knows much.
Okay.
Indeed. He enjoys meeting renowned individuals from different places. It whiles away the monotonous years here.
Well, yes, he's in luck.
It seems that way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
No.
I mean that one really just wanted
I
just
feel
to,
like he hit the random shuffle on fine people currently at the moment, looking at the three of us.
I don't know what you're
I'm
talking about
just a
there, chicken fire
traveling-
boy.
I am just a traveling medic.
You might be a cock of the walk where you come from, but man, I don't know what you done did to get all so known.
I'm just a
Well,
humble
my friend, what have you
traveling
done to
medic.
become such a famous individual that
That is
You
true.
just so happen to be talking to the hero of the Southern War.
just gonna instantly hit a note while he does it.
About this time, a couple of individuals are bringing over trays with bowls of very steamy stew and more of the bread to go along with, and passing them out to you three first. Nikolai, having noticed that you were a little apprehensive, immediately takes a bite as soon as he can cool it down to prove that it's not a problem.
Greta just basically does a small prayer, just let those of causality basically eat and just basically bless this food of just at the Iron Cube Day. Then she just eats.
Hey there, Big Daddy Gallon and Glitter Gold. I've worshipped you for years. I need you to bless this sustenance so that my vocal cords will continue to be as golden as they've been for years.
You know that slurping is bad whenever somebody's saying prayer.
Depends on the religion. I know there's some individuals that worship Grumps. I think that's how you pronounce his name. It might just be Grumps. It's an orc god. You slurp, you burp, and you fart when you pray to him.
Never heard of it.
Coming from where I come from, I believe there was a saying that says, "Judge not lest you be stabbed."
So you can just shit.
God, Jed.
Most fucking aggressive, tiny ass. You are the chihuahua of the party. You are the
very
It was the goal.
I am tolerant of this. I'm not.
Goal achieved.
I'm
Chihuahua
tolerant.
was what I'm going for.
And then that Greta just
a
basically,
beer.
and then that she just basically just smiles at you and just be like, now that you know that those that basically want to try their hands with big game are often gonna be in folly. And then she just eats her stew.
While Hewitt has stepped out on a drinky drink run, we're going to redirect and remind our lovely viewers about the Choose a Chaos to this side of me, because it's backwards from where I'm
Stop
looking
pointing
at
at me.
it.
You are in the aggressive seat, apparently.
Choose the chaos to Syrex. You choose the chaos to Syrex right there.
As if you donate on stream to our fundraiser, which you can see overhead, where we are donating to St. Jude's for the assistance of research in childhood cancer. If you donate in any of those increments while we are on stream and where we can see it, then these things will happen in the game. The illusion interruption or rob the wandering zombie, easy enough. If we meet our $500 goal by the end of the month, which is only as long as we are running this game, then I will be cosplaying as Strahd for our finale. Now obviously we have to meet our goal with enough time for me to be able to put that together, so make sure to get those donations in as oh my goodness,
you.
as quickly as possible. Y'all having fun?
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
No,
I apologize for the abrasiveness of this particular
No,
character.
it is fine because I feel like it is some comeuppance coming
It's gonna be great.
my way, but and then
Yes.
I just had a little bit of an eye thing I had to just get out.
100% was
The Chihuahua of the party. Like,
Chihuahua with a Napoleon complex is the concept.
literally it.
I'm on it.
You basically that the concept of this character is basically like she literally has nothing else to lose but just to keep healing people and being tolerant of others.
We didn't want to get too far ahead without you.
No, go ahead. I parented. Had to take an iPad.
Alrighty. Y'all.
Sorry there, I had to take an electronic device from the little one. The nugget didn't want to give it up.
Y'all are enjoying some Vistani stew. It is a very thick. It is very thick and hearty, very meaty stew. There's some beets in there and some turnips and rutabagas and green things that might be kale.
Greta is loving this because it's just like at
Dippy bird over there.
least that this beats the stale porridge.
I'm just gonna go hey for a second.
So,
Alan Tudyk playing birds.
so anyway, other than just your great heroics, what do you do for a living?
Just choking down.
I'm swallowing a whole
Stew.
stone.
So what do you do for a living?
Here recently I've been just adventuring with different parties. See, they hired me out to be their lookout and scouting scene that a sharpshooter type. Lots of parties don't have a good range fighter these days, and they need somebody. And after I done made a name for myself, It's pretty easy to do, man. I've been down that whaling whale a few times. Over in that bar. What's it called? And I think it's about the third time I've been outside the city on a weird quest, but it didn't turn out too well. I was with them Donner party. It was a Donner party of 5, and about halfway through, it just something happened. People started eating each other. I snagged what I couldn't left. I don't know them that well. They done paid me 100%, so I just ran back. I don't know them that well.
About the time that you're getting to that point in your story, a lot of people have taken up the other seats in this area, and they're all kind of.
That dumb Dr. Donner, he was eating on his son.
Just gonna play a slow, sad tune.
One of the tambourine players kind of
Right.
shuffles around
I
and
had
pulls
to
out like a
get
little
one. Getting was
maraca.
good. That's all there was to it. But other than that, man, I've been doing all right. I mean, just who was it? This thing all over. Thanks, guy. Thanks, guy.
Little friend, you mentioned earlier that you've been in a war.
A war.
You said hero of the Southern War.
Southern Ward, son. So hero of the Southern Ward. It's a part of the city. The southern part is where there's a lot of sideways preachers come in and out all the time. There's a good bit of riot down there, and City Watch come up and they said they couldn't handle it. So they said anybody who could help out, they'd give them some kind of reward. And on account of their obstacles, they couldn't do nothing. So I tell you what, I hopped up on my perch. I started knocking them down like nothing else, like a fish in a barrel. I tell you, just.
A man who's standing behind one of the logs that are set up as benches kind of leans forward with one leg up on the log and says, "I remember that fight.
Oh, I wasn't doing nothing but stunning them, but yeah.
They kicked us out. They thought that we started it. We didn't have anything to do with it.
Do what?
The riot."
Sorry.
Well, I'm
Wow.
not saying you need to apologize. I'm just saying I remember that.
Yeah. Well, see, what had happened was they wanted people just to stop doing what they was doing. That what had happened was they want people to stop doing what they was doing that they wouldn't.
But then they have other people that do what they cannot.
Yeah, and quelling fires.
And that's you.
I was that person at that time. Made me an honorary City Watch guard. Who didn't come with much but a little city title, but it got me a good job and then got me a better job, so I'll take it where I can.
The people along the log that he's kind of leaning over, they're kind of nodding. He's like, "That makes sense. That makes sense." Both
So
of you.
What you do, just disturbing or picking, or you
Well,
want to go to Granny here?
I mean I'm just a traveling humble monk, but if that you insist, I shall basically grew up kind of poor a little bit, and
You're not a pacifist, are you? Pacifists don't do well in Barovia.
I mean that I am one of the members of the Iron Cubby, which is basically the monastery that's close by the edge of the elemental, that the plane that's hot. Essentially, we had a lot of fire people, I guess, come and trade with us. And
Oh, Rogar, you remember, you went there. You traveled that way 10 years ago, yes. Another guy across the circle kind of says, we did.
I
It
mean
was
that.
a rough place.
I mean that not necessarily. Well, it has gotten better over the years after that. The previous headmaster basically had an untimely death, but it was fine.
She cheated us a few times, I remember that.
Greta's eyes kind of go like still to that, from like sallow dull to serious, and like, yeah, that I forget her name from the backstory. Maria, from just old Maria. She was kind at first, but then she had to go, and then my baby brother basically died. So I remember that fight around the geysers, and she had to be dealt with. And it's just,
You dealt with her.
I am the one that had dealt the killing blow. And then afterwards,
The guy Rogar kind of smacks the guy next to him and says, I told you it was her.
I mean, that is fine, it's fine. I mean, that my luck has just been down, you know. Got married, lost husband, lost wedding ring, don't know where his son is. One of my siblings is just vehemently hates me with just a stupid fighters guild.
Was going to play music and started catching the notes. It's like, nope.
What you mean lost? Like
I mean that.
disappeared?
I mean that unknown fate. I mean that the Wildu clan has had a stroke of bad luck all the time, and then I'm just trying to just be more tolerant.
Nikolai kind of says, dark roads tend to lead to brighter sunrises. Just not here in Barovia.
I'm about to say, sometimes dark roads just lead to dark places.
I mean that.
Not
You-
often.
I mean that cause and effect is always causality, and in that you must always be wary of the sly fox.
Just not a pacifist thought.
I'm not a pacifist.
I'm telling you for your own good, friend. Don't hold back.
Well, I intend not to.
She's going to fit in well.
That was the creepiest laugh I have heard in many a moon.
Oh, that you'll be fine, and then that she just smacks you on the back, kind of like playfully hard.
What are y'all's passive perceptions?
14.
Passive perception. I don't know.
10 plus perception.
14.
10 plus
17.
Perception, 17.
Syrex, right after you said that was the creepiest laugh I ever heard, from somewhere else in the camp, you hear almost an echo of Greta's laugh, but it's a bit of a different tone and timbre. It's not quite the same, but it is a female laugh.
Hell, we in a cave or something? What was that?
Don't worry about it, friend. We have old women here.
Don't tell me not to worry about stuff I should definitely
It's
be
just
worried.
somebody's mama.
They
That's all
find,
it
they
is.
find things funny, just like your friend here.
Their humor comes from a different age.
There are certain things that cackle in woods like these, and that
Yeah, those are usually called hags. I've met a few of them. They do not pay well.
You're safe with us, friends. We are protected here.
Also, just as a heads up to anybody, if you ever have a witchly woman come out the woods and say she needs you to sing at her sister's birthday and they'll pay you in pot, it ain't true. They gonna put you in one, and baby, that's a
That
hot
happened
foot.
to you, friend.
well, I could have told you
What?
they weren't gonna pay you no
What is
good.
your story,
That's just the
Chauncey?
funniest thing.
I will not lie. That may have occurred.
He thought they was gonna pay him in the devil's lettuce. That ain't what that does,
It's
boy.
funny because it's true.
I mean I may have taken a puff
Look, I'll be
in my
honest, the
younger
best drugs I've ever
years.
gotten in my life were because of somebody underneath a bush eating cake.
I mean that you know that
Now, I've eaten cake underneath the bush before.
y'all had cake.
I'm so glad that we're recording because right now it's
Just
we're
leave.
bouncing around on the.
Y'all had cake. What's a cake?
It's expensive and sometimes it's overridden.
It goes like this. Cake. Crickets.
I won't lie, sometimes cake has a baseline that you can follow fairly well, but the rest of it is a little bit hard to get into.
I mean,
Our feathered friend, do you have a story
Yeah.
to rival theirs? We're always looking for new tales around the fire.
Well, I hope I don't disappoint. My name is Chateclaire du Van. I'm from Bozazoth on the world of Arax. Anybody heard of that? Been there? It's a
A
quaint,
few times, a few people kind of throughout the.
it's a quaint place. I'll say this: you don't mess with the Craft King. He makes sure that you learn a trade. Every last one of everybody. Daddy was a fisherman. Mama was a seamstress. I am a troubadour. I'm also a courier.
Aren't we all, friend?
Well, if we all are just carrying stores from one place for another, that's what we are. Any case, grew up small town. I was the loudest, thinking it ain't hard when there's only 40 of you. However, much like our small friend here making assumptions about the tastiness of my drumsticks, had to move on a little bit because people get kind of twitchy around Aarakocra. They see a big old turkey. Oh, that was my paw. He didn't make it past that Thanksgiving.
What's Thanksgiving?
It's when your daddy fucking dies.
I am sorry.
I'm sorry I broke Jed.
Not the first time
Yes.
tonight. It won't be the last, I'm sure. When your daddy fucking dies. Oh my god. We're
Luckily,
gonna
my
have-
mama looked like a chicken hawk, so nobody wanted to mess with her. She said I was hers. I had to trust it meant the way that I thought it did. Anyway, you grow up fast, you try not to grow up mean. You learn you got a golden voice that can raise the sun every morning. That's something my mama told me. You go out and you use it. I have serenaded and sung for kings, sultans, and the Finn. That one did not pay well, but hey, here I am.
You hear a small child kind of somewhere hidden behind a few of the adults says, "You think he could bring the sun here?" Before you hear,
I'll be honest, little one, 100% can. It's just going to take me a while. The sun, looking as dark as it is right now, little one, it's been asleep for a hot minute. It's going to take a minute for old Chauncey's golden dulcimer tones to wake him up. I guarantee you, little one, I'll bring him. I'm not casting daylight at the moment because that would be the most fucked up thing to do. And draw so much attention.
just a lot.
I mean that that the little one may just may want a halfling's original.
What's that?
Hold on,
It
you
is-
got candy.
Yes, and then she just made.
I didn't want to assume because I figured that'd be ageist.
there. Oh, it's fine.
Hell yeah, caramel.
That I still have
just-
another 100 years to go. Here
All
you-
right,
here
this is
you go,
making my
little
day
one.
right now.
Kid scrambles over, snatches the candy, and runs back to hide in the ground.
This is more the happiest
That
days of
you
my rich
basically
life.
have to keep the children entertained whenever that you are basically snapping bones in the place. It's fine. What?
The guy Rogar kind of
I am a
sits
traveling
up a
medic.
little bit and says,
I'm a medic.
"I don't think she's a pacifist."
What?
Medic,
like just
medic.
basically like just like broken bones, and then that you gotta pop shoulders back into
It
place.
sounded like you meant the two things there: the fixing, but also the damaging.
I mean that
Well, somebody's got
you
it.
know that the mask at this point is probably just kind of like hanging, just kind of like out. I just tend to keep that part, that the harming at least, out of the little one's sight.
What's that in your shirt right there?
Oh, that this
Why are
is
you looking at this woman underneath her shirt, sir?
We're not judging.
It was falling out.
I mean that that this thing, and then that she just holds up that this ornate looking skull, kind of like kitsune fox-like mask that is kind of like a skull with just like flame markings all over it, kind of sort of like darkened underneath the eye part of it. Oh, that this is just whenever that things have to get serious and I gotta put it on to just scare the, excuse my French little ones, that that the ever-living shite out of thine enemy.
That's Tall Mall's woman mask.
Tall Mall. That's a good name right there. You both tall and a mall.
At about this point, the Vistani all kind of start chatting amongst themselves now that they've met the newcomers and heard their stories and everything. And a few minutes go by before you see a pair of individuals coming from kind of through the camp, kind of in the direction that you heard the odd echo cackle earlier. There's a very old woman being escorted by a younger, dark-haired female. This woman is draped in shawls, beads, bangles.
She jingly.
She jingly, but she shuffly too. She looks ancient. You really leaning on the bard thing, ain't you?
No, I'm just saying. Meemaw coming out, just she has to stop for a second, but the jingling don't.
She gets closer and closer to the like central area here. Nikolai stands up and offers her the chair that he was using, and then stands kind of to the side and like with all the pomp and circumstance of like a butler of a mansion, he says, "Our friends, this is Madame Eva, the matriarch of our small clan of traveling traders and storytellers. She enjoys meeting new people as well. However, I do believe that, like many times before, she will have more to say to you than we would. We will leave you in her presence for the time being. If you need anything, simply go for us." And Nikolai and the younger lady that brought her out kind of step away. Everybody else kind of just scatters and melds into the camp itself.
This
Nikolai,
is intimidating, at least.
Nikolai and the younger lady, they're still within sight. They're kind of posted up about 30 feet away next to a tent and trying not to be terribly obtrusive with their eavesdropping, but you know that they're listening. Madame Ava, her eyes are kind of glazed over with cataracts, and there's a lot of wrinkles there. It's really hard to tell if she can actually see. But she's kind of hunched in the chair, and it creaks pretty heavily as she adjusts herself, and she says, "3 of you? There should have been 4.
I accidentally grabbed the wrong message, and the Raven was most upset about that. Took it back.
The other one should be soon then. This is good. Which 3 are you?
Just looks. Unless the other person is not human, I figure we all will stand out just a little bit, Meemaw.
I mean that Gretahana won't do. Going to basically that she just gonna like elbow Syrex like, come on, speak up. Speak up to your elders.
You're going to end up getting stabbed in the kidney by the little and Meemaw.
Oh, that I will be fine. I will just poison him. It's fine.
Immune to most poison by now, boy. You didn't even know who I am.
The
Look
healer.
here.
The
I am.
healer who sees death everywhere. Yes.
That's you. That's you who she's talking about.
I know.
Y'all gonna be the best good cop, bad cop combo. How the hell is the dumbass Elvis chicken gonna be the straight man?
I'm the dumbass too, you know.
Wait, hold on.
I have a +2 to intelligence. None of y'all have a plus.
You're
at
the
all.
smart one.
I'm the smart one.
I am the
Smart
street
one,
smart
straight
one.
one, dangerous one.
And the other 2 of you.
What was her name?
Madam Ava.
Ava. Well, Grandma Ava, I do appreciate you coming over here, and how lucky you are to have met me at this day. But I don't really know what else you got to say that they hadn't already said. Somehow you already know who we was and who we's coming from and what we're about to do here. All I know is I was invited to a feast and I got some stew on the way.
He sits high and sees much but little.
No, she's the only tall one here. I mean, she would be sitting high. Who you talking about now?
The one that sees down a shaft of iron and magic.
Oh, that Strahd? I know,
You loud one.
I know when I read his name, I would say it wrong.
I'm speaking of you.
Oh, me?
Just nodding.
I believe she's referring to your bow, good friend.
Archers.
the trademark right there. Takes out as he's picking a hunk of beef out of his teeth with a dagger. It got me to a T.
And you?
Cock of the walk.
Well, me ma, huh? Chateclaire du coq au vin. Esquire.
The one who would raise this son.
Yes, ma'am, I have.
And in your dreams, do you still exist?
Mostly.
I was deeper than it needed to be.
Not gonna
Sure.
lie, me ma, that one cut just a little bit deep.
Cassandra, and she kind of snaps her really bony fingers. in the air.
No, I don't need no Cassandra. There's more people.
The young girl comes over and holds out a box, opens it, and reveals a deck of cards.
So with you and these cards, ma'am.
Me ma, we
Neva-
about to play euchre.
Madame Neva grabs the cards and says,
Your fates brought you here. Your choices determine where you go from now.
So we're not gonna play euchre.
No,
No.
Spades.
you're not going to play. If you play, you will lose.
That's just, well,
I'll be fair, this is like playing cards with my mom.
I never was good at games, so,
Do you know why you are here?
Absolutely not.
I was invited to a feast by a raven, and someone done spooked my horse, and so I am still here.
The name. He has brought you here.
Yep, that guy I can't pronounce. What do you think he's called?
I believe his name is Strahd von Zarovich.
You are
What'd you
correct.
call him?
It means little czar. It means prince.
You will know him as Strahd. Everyone knows him as Strahd.
Strahd the Prince.
Prince Strahd.
Count. Lord of Barovia.
I'll be
Is he a
honest.
Count, Lord, or Prince?
Our patron.
Syrex, I'm going to go ahead and let you know if you were dealing with a noble, they have 18 different titles before they're even 1 year old.
But I feel like I can't just call him by his first name. I don't know him like that.
He is founder. He is king. He is lord. He is all and he is the
Well, I didn't vote for him.
Well, did you come from a semi-autonomous commune? Do you believe that women handing out eternal life through the sanguination is not a valid form of selecting a government?
No, sir, I do not.
Waterdeep, yes?
Well, yeah.
The lords are not elected there. Why do you think that everyone else would?
2021.
Assumptions will get you killed.
That Greta just basically just fastly just smacked the both of you on just that the back of y'all's hands and
them
just
long, fearful arms.
just like quiet you two.
Roll the
just,
hit.
just you know like let's
Roll the hit.
Okay, fine.
Don't just be assuming you're gonna smack people.
Uh,
Roll the hit.
You
Chateclaire going to take the whack to the back of the head.
okay then? So
Doesn't mean
you
Well,
Well, please,
Stop.
please just roll the hit. Don't
Okay.
don't just be throwing things out there. Just
okay
roll the
then,
hit.
then that's a 23
Where was the roll?
right here.
Oh,
I
you
just
you
rolled.
rolled before you talked. Got it.
Yeah.
23. Okay. Okay, we're gonna roll
Chateclaire ain't going to
Well,
go.
We-
But
since
that
We're
does
not-
not, it
we're
does
not
not,
rolling
no,
this.
it doesn't mean Chateclaire is stopping either, because not the first time I've been whacked in the back of my noodle.
The fuck you think you is?
just respect
Don't you
elders.
don't you curse in front of me, Ma. She
Which
don't-
Mimo you want me to not curse in front of? Because I'm about to do it on both sides.
I'm assuming there's another 3 Meemaws up in that trailer she done got out of.
Just pay attention.
She's got me. Look
When
at that.
did
That
I
wagon
not?
over there says Bubba Yaga 3000. I mean, that's not a bad model of mobile home.
When did I not pay attention?
Whenever
When was I
that
not
you
paying
are-
attention?
Whenever that you are still yapping, you're still yapping.
You done smacked me when I was paying attention, telling me to pay attention.
You were still
Look here, motherfucker.
I've lost control at an hour and 12 minutes.
You lost control at 20 minutes.
You walk in here thinking you know somebody, thinking you know you think you're gonna be some. Nuh-uh. No, not here, not now. You done messed up. I ain't the one. I tell you.
Syrex,
Sorry about that,
Syrex.
madam.
calm
Eva.
down. She is
In
just
the history of the common language, never once did saying the phrase calm down ever succeed at calming anybody down.
If I learned a different spell, it might have. However, I feel like that's a little bit of an invasion of one's own personal
They
mind.
tell
Therefore,
y'all
it
what,
wouldn't be good.
you want something to say to me, you come say it to me. I ain't gonna stick around with this here smacking people. Grab my meat and I'll start walking off.
Leave
I don't-
the safety of the camp at your own risk, Syrex.
I ain't
There
leaving.
are wolves that take the shape of man. There are men that take the shape of wolves. There are those that drink the blood, those that siphon the soul. And all will find you if you stray from the path.
So you're telling me that you have life insurance salesmen here then?
Stay where we are protected, under Strahd's patronage.
Surprised Jed ain't throwing the dice.
You are a guest of Strahd, therefore you are a guest of ours. Offense was not meant. Help is offered, if you wish to take it.
Alright, so I'm not leaving the camp. I'm not going back near her.
Syrex, would it make you feel better if you sat on the other side of me?
Now, I'll stay right where I am, thank you. I can listen. Here just fine.
You are here because Strahd seeks entertainment. You are at his mercy, but you do not have to be helpless. I offer you answers, tools, knowledge. Will you accept it?
You gonna be doing hoodoo with them cards there, Mimo?
Nothing of the kind. Simple knowledge only.
Go ahead then, read your cards.
Alright, I'm in.
Okay.
This card, the Evoker, it tells of history, knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your foe and your host. Search for the crypt of a wizard ordinaire. His staff is the key.
Go into a wizard's crypt and grab his staff.
The next card tells of a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope. The priest speaks plainly here. You will find what you seek in the castle itself, amid the ruins of a place of supplication. This is a card of power and of strength. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, a sword of sunlight. The necromancer whispers of a woman hanging above a roaring blaze. Find her, and you will find this golden treasure.
What's the name of that card?
The necromancer. This is odd. They come together. Two cards, bound and stuck as one, revealing themselves at the same moment. These cards shine light on two, who will help you greatly in the battle against darkness. Evil's bride and her only brother are the two you see.
At this point, you see Nikolai kind of turns and looks directly at the back of Madame Ava's head, and she, again, still staring at the three of you, kind of holds up her hand and flicks it like this. Nikolai bolts as quickly as a man in middle years can bolt through the camp.
Where in the hell he going?
They are here. He brings them for you to meet. Your enemy is a creature his powers beyond mortality itself. This card leads you to him. The horseman tells us that he lurks in the one place to which he must return, a place of death. You are not the first to come here. You may not be the last, but I hope you might be. Strahd may be your host. He is not your friend. Yes.
I'm also assuming he is not a valid employer.
To be employed is to be beholden.
That is exactly how jobs work. Yes, ma'am. I understand that.
We are trapped, as he is trapped, as you are trapped.
I have worked retail before. Yes, ma'am. I have.
And I just work on commission for healing.
Absolutely not. Commission is for chumps.
Time is of the essence here. So I will be
So he pays hourly.
I will be frank with you. Do not misunderstand me. You will not leave here alive. And Strahd seeks only novelty.
Now, Harry, hold up there. You just said we won't leave here alive, but you didn't put a but or if or and you just saying we gon' die.
I have worked in the entertainment industry for quite a while as well. This is not a surprise to me on the terminology.
I mean, it's just cause and effect.
Those who come here at Strahd's behest remain, their souls forever trapped. Until Strahd is removed, all of us are chained.
Well, shit.
There are thousands born, live, die here, without a chance for life.
Right, so he has a company town and nobody's allowed to unionize. I'm still getting this.
Rehearse this in a mirror.
I absolutely did not, because until this day, he was gonna be Cajun.
I mean, that. Thank you for your forewarnings. I have trouble with words sometime in that. I must apologize, Syrex and Chateclaire. That just at the monastery, it is always wise to always pay attention, or else that you get fast head smacks.
It's not the first time I've been smacked in the back of the head, and not gonna be the last. Doesn't affect me none.
So can we set our differences aside?
Take a sip of my mead real quick. Big bit.
Please tell me he doesn't dip.
No, I just spit.
Okay, because about to say, now we got to kill Syrex. He's dipping. That is going to be
Ain't
that is going
nothing
to be
to
all
dip.
over everything.
Ain't nothing to dip. The way you got. I'm not quite sure if lizards' lips have pockets like that, but I don't think
You're just sticking it underneath the
is
jaw
just
and the
basically just
folds.
like-
of the
it's
tongue
just
flesh.
like coming out constantly.
It's
Anyway,
just another wrinkles under the tongue the whole time.
That's not something that I was trying to do. I just spit.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
Meanwhile, thank you very much for the cards and the help. Is there anything we can give you in return for this hospitality?
Do your best to stay alive.
Count on it, man.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll be sure to take care of them.
Do your best to end this night over Barovia. The last travelers Strahd summoned here. I am certain they found their way to the book, the holy symbol and the sword, and that they made it to the castle. They died there.
So would the sword be with the dead bodies? Or does it get replaced, like respawn?
The cards tell you where they are.
Come on now, pay attention.
The wizard extraordinaire in the crypt has the book. The crypts are beneath the castle. The holy symbol has to be in the chapel at the castle. And the sword, you will see what I mean. A woman with hair like fire.
And from across the camp, Nikolai is returning. He's leading two people. Both are slight, both are young, but both of their faces are heavily shadowed, like we're talking bags for days under their eyes. They are gaunt and grim. The man is blonde. He's wearing armor and carrying weaponry. She has red hair down to the middle of her back, and she appears dead on her feet, like she hasn't slept in days. But she carries herself with a determination that is visible even at distance.
No.
Nikolai leads them to the space in this area.
So no armor or anything on the woman?
No.
Okay.
But their clothes and armor are relatively well made. They don't appear to be they're not rag kids.
Redo Strahd, they're rag kids, but they're such badass monks that they don't need no weapons. Teenage Mutant Ninja kick Strahd's ass. Actually, I think if they're teenagers, it'd be more like, what was that one back in the early OOs where like they had to go find all the magical kung fu artifacts?
That's Shaolin Showdown.
There you go.
Oh wow, yes, yes.
Slightly problematic TV show today.
Nikolai's taking his host duties again. He says, our friends, these two individuals have been staying with us for the past night or so. This is, God, I forgot. I always forget his name. Hang on.
Kevin.
Jacob, Dingle, Hammer, Spence.
Calvin.
His name's not Calvin.
Larry.
Warren. Stop calling him Warren. Name it freaking
No,
Warren.
I got it. It's Ismark. This is Ismark, and his sister, Irina. Madam Ava points at Irina and says, Strahd hunts her.
Alright.
Alright, first thing we gotta do is get her a good lawyer to stop this predator from trying to fight. We are not talking about legally, are we?
No. Irina kind of adjusts herself on the log, and as she kind of sits up a little straighter, you can see she's probably like a noble, a young noble, or at least something to that effect. She says, my dreams are plagued with the devil Strahd. I do not sleep. I do not dream of anything but his darkness. He calls me Tatiana.
That ain't your name.
Exactly.
Oh, that's just creepy.
Who's Tatiana?
Tatiana?
Tatiana.
Madam,
No, Titania is a fae.
Madam Ava says, the woman he tried to claim before he was as he is.
Alright. So this is
Hundreds of years ago.
so is this just like some kind of case of mistaken identity, or what had happened?
Souls do not often leave Barovia. They can be reborn.
So he's thinking she's Tatiana reborn.
Irina says, he thinks my hair is the sign.
Assuming gingers are rare here.
They are not popular.
It's gorgeous. It points to his own very red plumage in places. It's an absolute beautiful color.
I do not mean popular as in wanted, I mean popular as in often found.
Prevalent.
Yes.
I know big words. he says that like a little bit lower, like almost. I know big words.
You keep reassuring yourself. Go ahead.
Her brother Ismark kind of leans forward, and you see him almost kind of like put a hand in front of her before he kind of pulls it back. He says, "We are positive that the devil Strahd killed our father last week.
Alright.
I will kill him. I need help."
Now that there's the attitude, Mark. That's the attitude you guys to have. We'll do it. We'll kill him. Good job, Mark. Alright. Well, which way is your castle? And I guess we gotta stop by a crypt. Wait, you supposed to have a sword. You said the fire-haired lady had a sword. Wasn't that part of the...
Is Mimo like already getting back in her caravan right now? Just
No,
leaning back out.
she's still sitting there. She says, "It's not with her. It's with the painting.
Oh, okay.
A woman hanging over a fire? Is she hanging over a fire
No,
right
you
now?"
it's just that you just said with the fire hair, and I was expecting it to be a little easier. I guess that was my fault. Alright, which one's the closest? Crypt, church, or the woman? The picture lady.
You're
I think
not
she's-
hearing me.
She said they're all in the castle.
Well, then let's just go to the castle then.
I think sleeping would be better first.
Yes, I've been on my feet
I'm getting
all
the
day.
itis from that stew, little man. It's sitting hard in the tum-tum.
That's
Oh.
how you know it's good.
Oh, yes, stew is good, and rest is good. That you will need your energy.
You are welcome to rest here. Do not wander the roads at night.
Wasn't planning to.
Alright.
If the pattern holds, Strahd will provide transport for you in the morning.
Is this a weird game to him?
He just gonna sit in a carriage.
He seeks entertainment to while away the years.
Right, not the first time I've been hired for the kinks of a wealthy man.
The hell you getting hired for, boy?
Bards be barred.
Sometimes you have to stand in a room. All right. Sorry, I'm going to his ass. Sometimes, my little friend, you get hot paid to stand in the corner of a room and you hit a sexy beat. Bum 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 bum. Slaps to the side of the guitar while two people are engaging in royal activities in the bed.
On that note, these old bones are going to bed.
Same with you. As that
No,
she just
you
holds up
gotta
just
tell
her
me that
water.
there story. That sounds like a good.
As she just holds up her water like it is my bedtime.
Nikolai, see them two tents. And Cassandra walks off with Madame Ava. Irina and Ismark are kind of staring at each other for a moment, and Irina turns and says, "You all will help us?"
Yes.
Little mama, yes we will.
I reckon.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Now I
good.
gotta ask, y'all keep saying Strahd is devil.
The Devil Strahd, yes.
I also call him the king and the prince and the lord and the
My friend, those are royal titles. They have all of them. He's probably also a Viscount and a Bismarck of something.
I'm
all right?
just saying he might be a Bismarcky, but the devil is also.
I'm trying to find out, is he actually a devil? Or are y'all
He
just
is
going...
not human.
We are fighting a demon.
What in the hell is he?
He's not human.
Well, neither am I, little missy.
But what in the hell is he?
Ismark kind of seems to get a little frustrated. He pulls Irina's collar to the side.
Hold on.
And you
Consent to touch and expose any part of a woman.
Come on
And
now,
you
Mark. You
see-
can't just be grabbing shit.
You see
That's your sister.
fang marks on her neck. She doesn't seem opposed to this.
Okay.
Okay, gonna make a intelligence.
Okay.
Um,
Hold on, what the fuck are you?
What
If
does
you
he-
have,
I got a cow. That's a llama.
if you have,
I got the nat 20.
Yay! If you have proficiencies on nature or history, then
Nope.
you can use those. Otherwise, just intelligence.
So I got a nat
17.
20 for a 19.
17.
oh, I don't know shit.
I didn't realize that the nat 20 on this is a little deer.
Oh,
Aw.
Look at that. That's actually kind
That's
It's
cute.
not deer. It's not deer.
nice. Not deal.
In your mind, immediately you're thinking vampire.
All
Oh, okay.
All right.
Just
We're dealing with a lawyer.
okay. That we are dealing with the ones with the things. Okay.
I do not think he's a magistrate.
I'm very sorry. My mama just said every lawyer was a vampire.
If that were true, nobody would hire them.
I guarantee you that is false, because I would pay in blood to get out of some of the things I found myself in because of other people.
I'm gonna just say right now, I've seen many a days in court that were all during the day. Ain't nobody bursting the flames or nothing.
That y'all must have had something going on because I never been in court. I don't even know what that is.
Tom, all you have lived a blessed life.
No, I haven't.
Each and every day in court was a night worth spending a day in court. I tell you.
So then y'all been in jail?
I earned it. No.
Absolutely not. I have been to prison.
His smart kind of
There
turns.
is a difference.
His smart kind of looks at Irina and says, "We might be doomed even still."
No, you're not doomed. That is just in that we are still feeling the effects of that delicious stew.
Don't count yourselves out before the cock crows.
And then that basically
Always
that
referencing yourself like that.
like Greta is just gonna basically pat him just on at the shoulder and say like, in due time, my child, our usefulness will be proven. And then as she just goes towards her tent.
Nikolai is kind of waiting around to kind of direct and guide y'all to a couple of different. They're not very lavish tents. But you can each have a small tent of your own for the night.
But after she walks off, it's like, also, if y'all doubt Tom Hall's ability, she actually smacks the hell out of people pretty decent.
Irina gets this kind of wistful look on her face and says, "Must be nice to have a mother type figure around."
No.
Goddamn. On that note, we're going to take a bit of a break while they're all getting a bit of a rest, and I can reset my brain, and we'll pick up for another little bit.
We will be right back.
Whew.
So character ain't.
And we're back, y'all. Now that we're all confused.
I'm very confused. All right.
Just
yeah.
Strahd.
Welcome back.
Do you think Strahd is going to outlaw pole dancing in Barovia?
No.
I think he should.
I don't
But
think
then
he's gonna.
he can't do it, and we don't get to enjoy Strahd on a stick. You just hear
Welcome
you
to
just
my
hear-
poor choices.
you hear the Monster Mash start playing. He just comes walking out. He has the armor of doffing, and all of a sudden that black plate melts.
Time out. You just brought a whole new meaning to the Monster Mash. The Monster Mash is now the dirtiest song I've ever heard in my life. You dumbass. You did the Monster Mash. The Monster Mash.
And did you see Strahd snap in the armor because he has
It
the
was
armor
a
of
graveyard
dolphin just shoots
smash.
off of him. He is wearing a low-cut Barovian tunic. Has bats come out and take the cloak with the fur off, and it switches straight from the Monster Mash into apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur.
The sad part
I don't
of this
have
is,
any money. I don't have
I'd be
cash. Where do I
okay.
swipe this?
Just be okay
Strahd will
that
just
Zanya's
turn
not in the
around
middle
and
of this
present the
scheduled
G-string.
programming.
The
You got a chip
the
reader?
really sad part is I
Insert.
kind of want this now as like an animatic. Anyway,
To the internet. Make Strahd stripping for us right
It
now.
probably already exists somewhere.
I mean,
Rule 34.
I was about to say, there's a rule about that. It's there, and if it's not there, and you go looking,
Man, how many? Okay,
35.
Neysa, be honest. How hard are you going to look tonight for Strahd power bottoming? Because everybody's going to be assuming that Strahd's a top.
Everybody knows he tops from the bottom. He doesn't power bottom.
he tops with the bottom.
No, I'm just saying is you're going to find that one artwork out there because somebody's done it, and it's going to be the unicorn of the Strahd sexy art. You know, Tatiana.
What are you
Feggy.
rolling for?
Okay, that I could get with. Except that
Tell me who the real monster is. Tell me who the real
she never
monster
liked him
is.
anyway, though. That was the whole problem. Anyway, so yeah, once comes out of the Barovian gutters.
We need to. There's a lot of dead bodies in there.
He did the monster man.
We almost made it. And
This
then
is
we're
this is
not.
how you make zombies.
Oh my god. Okay.
Zombies.
So, being as y'all are a very chaotic group of individuals, and I'm trying not to railroad y'all too heavily, even though we have a very limited amount of time to run this session.
Railroad away.
Did y'all want to try or do anything or ask any further questions overnight? Do anything weird?
No,
No.
sleep.
The only thing is, before they put the kids to bed, Chateclaire would have done prestidigitation and played music to just make the kids happy.
Fair enough.
But
Kids
hey,
really like you.
Just basically,
they'll remember me.
just basically like before bed. Just basically that she has thousands of these halflings original. Just basically just put them up in like an empty bowl and just for them.
The candy bowl, alright.
She puts them in the what is it called? The honor system bowl, like all the change right next to the gas station checkout.
Anything for you, Syrex?
I'm good.
Alright.
I don't have things to give to kids, which is all y'all just did. Y'all just blessing kids, and I'm not that guy.
Alright. Next morning, the
1,000 kids in your tent. They want to see the lizard man.
the camp is quite lively in the mornings. The kids have put together an impromptu orchestra marching band thing in favor of the singing chicken. And they're very much not leaving y'all alone as y'all try to gather all your things and get ready to figure out where you go from here. Irina and Ismark are waiting by the central gathering area as you're being accompanied by a troop of troubadouring children.
Chateclaire will teach them a little song. All right, now you gotta go ahead a little, and you gotta start with it. Goes Chateclaire, Chateclaire.
Is that common? What are those letters? Are you using dwarven runes when you sing that?
They don't know what letters is.
They might not understand. And Chateclaire's gonna pull out his book that he has some songs written in. That's written in is written in Aran.
Please don't start playing bingo or anything else to spell
wait,
shit.
I got it. CHICKEN, chicken! They all kind of laugh and scatter.
That will work.
That will work.
I like this one. She's good.
Yeah, that one is very creative. She actually was mostly on note till the end.
Hot damn, I got a winner. Hey, you. Do it again. Do it again. Ooh, got you, boy. They got you.
Unfortunately, what she does not understand is she just ordered a pizza in my language.
What's a pizza?
Delicious.
It's a food?
I mean,
You take a flatbread,
Uh-huh.
you put some tomato paste on it,
Okay.
And anything else in the
and
fridge.
then anything else you want to put on it, mostly cheese and meat.
When do I get it?
Well, you will have to clarify that with the Bone Dice Company. They usually say 30 minutes or it's free, but they ain't done that in a hot minute because they lost a hell of a lot of money in a couple towns.
My dad's got a watch, and she runs off to go find the watch.
I mean,
Look at what you just did. Got her hopes up for something she ain't never gonna get.
I mean that they
They
are
travel.
pretty good
They said they
cooks.
travel. They've been to other worlds. They're going to be able
Yeah,
to
then
find
they
them.
probably have their own
Hell, they
recipe
might even
for
find
it.
that elusive deep dish.
We ain't in
That
no
you-
other world.
That you mean just from just that you know that the
We are in a
flatbread shrine that
space
always
between
looks dead
time and nowhere.
on the inside?
There's no. Oh, sweet Jesus.
Flatbread trying to always look dead on the inside. I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, that you know that they always look like that they have nobody there all the time. And then
Wait,
it's
is that? Hold on. Is that the one that has the little short man in the toga?
no, not that one.
You're talking about the one that, like I said, the one that has the bone dice.
No, not that one.
He's
You
one
talking about that racist father, Father John?
No.
No, nobody goes to that one. That one just is dead.
I said,
I Actually,
keep
I heard
talking
it's been
about
taken-
better everything, but they ain't done nothing better in a minute.
Now, I'm going to say this. All the franchises where I'm from with that company have been taken over by a rather tall, dark-skinned Goliath, and we call them Papa Shacks.
Yeah.
I mean
That
that
is great.
you know that
Neysa,
one.
out of character. Shaq has a large share of Papa John's and might be put in charge after Papa John has been Papa John'd out.
I'd heard a little bit about that, yeah.
But
That would be the best thing ever.
As y'all are kind of gathering up, you can easily pick up a little bit of breakfast being passed around. It's nothing special. It's more of the bread and butter, a little bit of fried egg to go with.
We'll abstain from the fried egg.
Obviously,
We'll eat his fried egg.
so nothing goes to waste.
I'm here.
Murderer.
Am.
That ain't fertilized. I don't care.
Man.
There is no sun. There's a heavy cover of clouds, and everything exists in kind of a perpetual twilight state. Here by the river, it's actually kind of pleasant. It doesn't feel muggy, though the temperature is only hovering around 60 degrees.
All right. I think I know where Barovia is. I've only been to this place once. I think we might be near Detroit.
I was thinking more like Seattle, but okay. Too many ideas.
Barovia is just Seattle and Detroit's love child of terribleness.
with just
Oh
a,
shit! No, it's Barovia is
with
just
with just a little bit of New Orleans.
Barovia.
It's not even that.
Barovia is just Gary, Indiana.
I'm putting in a recommendation and a request that if somebody could actually eventually get the Rob the Wandering Zombie, I have plans now. In any case, yeah, y'all are kind of hanging around. Neither Irina nor Ismark seem like they got a good rest at all. Both of them seem very tired and just not in a very talkative mood. Over the sounds of the camp and everything, you do start to hear hoofbeats and wagon wheels on like rough gravel road coming from the far end of the camp. As they get closer and closer, a large black coach with 4 black horses is pulled into the camp at a trot. And as the horses come to a stop, on the box, sitting cloaked in a very dark robe with hood pulled up, you can barely see any of the face, but what you see is a very sharp angled features, long nose, sharply angled cheekbones, a strong jaw, and a receding hairline that ends in a pronounced widow's peak. The person's skin color is a very dusky, almost lavender olive mixture. And as relaxing the reins and setting the whip to the side, just kind of leans forward and says, "I'm looking for the guests." And Nikolai steps forward from kind of the melee of people, says, "They're here, obviously. We have kept them safe for the Lord Strahd, Master Rahadin." And the individual kind of gives a very slight nod, like there's a lot of haughty carriage to his posture. And he snaps his fingers and the doors on the side of the coach open. He says, "We don't have all day."
So you described this man, I thought of that.
Dark. You can't. Close, yeah.
What is this image that you're giving?
Oh Lord!
Are you talking about old dude from fucking Rocky Horror Picture Show? Yes.
The very same.
You know what? No matter what you say, that's who it is now.
See who it is now? No.
Oh.
No, it's this guy. right
Okay, hold
here.
on. Hold them both up. Hold them both up. Put them next to each other. We got to evaluate this. We
gotta zoom in. That's about as zoomed in as it can get.
He just made.
No. Put them next to this so we can see this in the picture. No.
It's look at the screen. Look at the screen.
I like how Neysa's screen is just yellow right now. Oh, but no, you know what? That's the same dude.
Yeah.
It is the same
It's
dude.
the same dude.
We're just pointing.
Okay, hold on. No. The one on the left is the same dude, but his hair, that is a high school picture because over there, the hairline's still further up. You can't see the
That's
pointy
the
ears.
same dude.
It is. So,
We're about to do the time warp, guys. Y'all
you
don't
know this. Now, instead of being, you got, Neysa, I'm sorry.
Gonna break out my gold Speedo. Y'all gonna call me Rocky.
We're outvoting you 3-1 here, I think. You now have to just...
2-1.
2-1.
I'm going to shame myself. I said I have no shame, but I am ashamed of this. I have never been able to see Rocky Horror Picture Show.
We have to fix this.
I know we do.
We need to
How?
fix this.
Because I grew up in a Fundy household without rentals.
Look,
I know your person.
all you need to know is right now, we will fix this. And until we fix this, you need to be trembling with... And
And
insist.
See, I know some of the
No,
things.
but here's the
I
deal
know
is
some of
now you need to go
Patient.
watch it because now Strahd is Dr. Frankenfooter. Tim Curry.
Isn't that the
Tim Curry walks out of fucking Ravenloft.
No!
Hello,
Here's
Doc.
the poll again, right? Ah. I said I didn't care if we had
Let's-
chaos, but here we are.
Chateclaire's over here like I was saving myself and you not spent yet. Dude.
Anyway.
Dude.
Gretahana,
All that's going to happen is Chateclaire's going to start playing the tune to the start of the time warp.
Greta is just basically just gonna be like, now children, you be very good.
Doing the
Miss
time.
Granny has to go. It'll
If
be
I ever learn
okay.
time stop, I will sing it.
Granny has to go what?
That she just has to go. Then that y'all pay attention to your mothers and fathers. And then that I will be back. And then she just starts slowly just walking.
One of the older kids, not quite a preteen, but a little older than some of the younger kids, kind of leans down as you're walking away and says, "Don't believe everything they say."
Oh, trust me, I know. But thank you
I'll be
for the
right back.
wisdom.
So, Irina and Ismark. Irina seems very hesitant now that kind of the moment's at hand. But Ismark kind of gives her that look again and kind of leans closer and whispers and says, "This is the only way we're going, yes?" And she kind of heads toward the carriage.
Irina, Mark, go on and get in.
They're getting in the carriage. The man on top of the box is kind of taking up the reins. It seems to be getting a little impatient, waiting for.
Is there enough room
Yeah.
for all, 5 of us?
It's a
inside?
very large carriage box.
I was gonna volunteer.
At least
to be
8 people could fit.
I was
in
gonna
there.
volunteer to be outside if I had to be, but if I don't, then we're gonna be inside.
Very
get
very plush velvet and leather cushions inside. Curtains across the windows, bundled back with ribbons. It's a very plushy interior.
Ain't this a nice little shindig? I tell you. He might be the devil, but he sends a nice carriage to pick you up in. Them Ubers back home don't do shit with this.
Uber? I want that.
It's a company that sends out the carriages there, if and you call them, with a Raven. But this is, or a Sending Stone. Anyway, this is nice. This is real nice.
Any hesitations or anything for Greta?
No, that
Sounds
she
good.
it
Come on,
just
get
sound
in
like
the
a
car.
getting in and just basically just getting in.
Shanti, go on and get in this car. We ain't got no time for this.
Scrambles up in there. I assume I'm
Yeah.
trying not to put flavor on flavor, not person
Right.
out here. As y'all get in,
How you doing, Miro?
Who now?
It's just
We dead yet? Not quite.
No, son, we ain't dead. I tell you, we about as live as could be. I'm having more fun than a tornado in a trailer park right now. This is good stuff.
The door kind of snaps closed. Again, this individual Rahading didn't get down, and the door snaps closed behind y'all.
Fuck.
You hear the whip crack, and the horses lunge forward and kind of not quite stampede through the camp, but definitely a controlled charge. Kind of seems like Rahadin is making a bit of a statement as he leaves the camp and kind of circles back to the road. Doesn't take the horses at a gallop, but it's definitely a pretty quick clip as y'all are now heading up a northwest angled road. The scenery passing by outside the carriage on your right is the river, which moves rather sluggishly, but as you're traveling along, the road seems to start to climb, and you start seeing a little more like rapids and stuff kind of trickling down, going behind you. On your left is nothing but forest. The same dark forest that you found yourselves in when you emerged from the mist. Clouds overhead. There's a little bit of a skylight up there with a curtain that you could slide across. But Irina is kind of got that stoic silence thing going on, and Ismark isn't much better. Neither of them seem much inclined to chat, but if y'all wanted to talk or ask them anything, they don't seem opposed.
Y'all look like shit. Why don't you try to get some rest while we ride?
Could you rest if you were heading into the arms of a monster?
Ma'am, I head into the arms of a monster many days of my life. I've rested just fine. Ain't nothing gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. But if you don't rest, you ain't gonna be able to help. At least not as good.
I'll try.
She leans back and closes her eyes, but doesn't really seem to relax at all. The carriage is continuing to climb, and you're definitely getting the feeling that
This
you're
one wound up tighter than a clock, I tell you.
definitely heading up in elevation. Your start to pop after an hour or two.
So, Mark, where y'all from?
We're from the village a little to the east. I don't think you came through there. We would have seen you.
No, we came through a mist that ain't had no bearing over nothing. They gonna teleportation mist. I ain't seen nothing like it my whole life.
A lot
But-
of foreigners either come through with the Vistani or they come on the roads, but you didn't come that way. It's
What's a
sort of
Vistani?
The
the people that we stayed with.
Okay. So they could send us back somehow?
They won't without Strahd's permission.
But if he ain't here to give permission.
Theoretically, that's true.
Alright, so either we get his permission or we kill him, and then either way, that's how we get home.
I
Alright.
don't think he'd give it.
Have you met him?
Do
Haven't you talked?
children give up their toys for no reason? Do
No.
monsters give up their dens and their lairs? Do dragons
Not-
give up their hoards?
Not for no reason, no. But within reason. Maybe.
How do you reason with a monster?
That's a good damn question. We're gonna find out. Look,
Irina kind of cracks an eye open and says,
You're brash, but you're good.
I mean, that I'm just here, but
Irina knows what she's sitting talking about.
just like up in my time, it's just best to just listen and wait, because sometimes sometimes the circle of cause and effect will always happen, but sometimes it's just like life or death. You know, broken bone or here or there, but you fix it and you move on.
How do you fix something that's conceptic? How do you fix something that is rotten at the core?
You cut that shit off.
You
Just do it.
basically extract the essence of the poison and then that you cleanse it.
And what do you do when it's a plague?
Burn it.
Whenever that it is a plague, you just eradicate the source and then let you move forward and try to help the sick.
Kill the shit with fire. You kill that shit with fire. Every time.
we do not espouse killing patients with fire.
No, I'm just saying. Plagues die with fire. Historically, it's happened every single time. Black plague, the brown plague, the green plague, all die with fire. Every single one of them.
What's the green thing?
Didn't last because of fire. You're welcome.
I mean that.
If you didn't hear about it, good.
I mean that just as long as that it's not that one gray plague that I had to assist with.
Shit, the Great Plague.
Yes, of course. That that it was like 19 of them.
I only heard tell of that one, but that was years ago. How old is you?
359 young.
The fuck you say?
359. I am about up in human years about a blossoming 49 to 50.
No. I don't need to split hairs. We don't need no daggone geriatrics on scene.
Greta in here scaring Syrex with how old she is.
I am not. What does that mean? What you mean like Jerry hat trick?
It mean what it sounds
I
like.
met a Jerry hat trick one time who was able to do a whole lot with a ukulele and a crossbow.
Look, it mean what it mean. All right. If you can't score 3 times in one night, you a Jerry hat trick, and therefore you can't do nothing.
I've only been with one, and that I missed the note. And then as she just starts weeping again, just like,
Oh shit! There we go.
What did you do to Tom All?
Y'all gonna fight in this character?
Absolutely not.
Y'all made Tom all cry.
Absolutely not. I will just be passive aggressive as hell.
Now,
I have
ain't-
a 10 in
I
strength.
ain't do
I'm
nothing.
all fluff.
I'm just asking questions about what her geriatric 360-year-old ass is going to be doing, and then she started talking about her family and made herself sad. All right, we all got past. We all got failures in life. We all got obstacles we trying to overcome, and you over here just weeping about it.
it's just only one that only brought me good happiness. He was very good, and then he just disappeared.
Okay, I gotta ask. Did he say he was going to get some smokes and some milk? I had an uncle that did that.
No, he
At
was
the
very
classic play?
loyal.
At
No,
the
that
classic
he
play?
was also a monk at the Ivory Cubie, as well. That after that, Moria basically, she died by yours truly. It's just in that we decided to reformate the monastery.
Uh-huh.
And just essentially that, sorry, memory's a bit fuzzy. It's just in that we had one child and one day he just disappeared.
The husband or the child?
Husband, child, I don't know.
Did they disappear or did you disappear? Because
They disappeared.
but you're the one who's not there no more, and you can't remember.
Maybe one and then the other?
I'm just saying that sometimes
It
people
has
get lost, they
been
just
a
come back
tough
home,
life for me.
and I'm just look. Maybe they came back home and they waited on you.
Oh, that, believe me, if they would have made it back home, then that I would have just stayed home and basically had just a moment to set up shop at the monastery, but I became a traveling medic.
Ismark kind of leans forward and says,
The Vistani were speaking as if you all are experienced in doing your careers, your terms of engagement, wherever you come from.
Go on.
Is that accurate?
I am very good at being a troubadour.
She isn't going to strike or anything. That you just see her just basically just like remove both of the hands from just the kimono that she has been just sitting like this, and then that instantly one of them glows just like a faint, just kind of like white flame, and then that the other one does like this cool kind of like blackish orangish flame, and like that this is what I can do. And then as she just slowly just puts it back up, just
Let me put it this way here. I I have been down the well in the Unported 4 times. Come back every time. I'm so dead good at not dying. Won't nobody bet against me. 'Cause that's the only thing they know I won't do is die. I'm gonna get through this here in the next one. I don't know what's ahead of me, but I know I'm gonna be going doing it.
That's good to hear. It's concerning as well, but it's good to hear. From what I heard, he enjoys bringing low those who consider themselves great. He seems to be looking for something, and no one's met the standard yet.
I'm gonna say I just feel like we're still being brought around to try for somebody to get off.
I mean, well, I mean that I don't know why he would consider little old me great. I'm just the traveling medic.
Didn't you kill that what's his face when one of them old blows in the face?
Who knows?
You punch somebody in the jaw, they go dead. Like you might well be the
That
legend
usually
there.
leaves an impression
It,
upon
wasn't-
multiple
People start
individuals.
talking about you
Yeah.
for 300 some odd years.
It wasn't the
Yeah.
jaw. It was basically ripping out the heart. First of all.
Oh, okay. Please do tell something much better than punching in the jaw. You done Kali Mod someone's heart out the chest, and then you go say, "Oh, it wasn't the jaw."
The carriage starts kind of weaving side to side on the road as you are looking out the windows. On one side, you're seeing a rock wall, and off the other side, you're on the side of a mountain, climbing up and up and up. Your carriage is being buffeted by winds, and the cloud cover is very close overhead.
I'm gonna situate myself as close to the wall as possible and away from the edge. What the fuck y'all doing next to that edge? It's the safe side over here.
A few minutes later, the road turns around the side of the mountain, and looking out the windows, everything kind of opens up, and the mountain itself kind of ends. There's a bridge over a chasm leading to another, like, cut off pinnacle, a ridge top that the castle itself is visible as a mountain in the distance. This road passes over a chasm, and far below, 1,000 feet down, you can see the river running down white water all the way. The castle walls come out and form like a courtyard, and an open space in front of a mound of stairs leading up to the front doors. The driver pulls the carriage kind of through the loop and parks it. And now I gotta go grab things. There we go.
It's higher than I like to be.
Made me feel
I'm
back
down.
at home at the monastery.
Shit, you about this tall just standing up. This is about higher than I want to be.
It ain't
Miss
that
7
bad.
foot
I can
nothing.
just flutter flap and I'll be fine halfway down that.
I'm sure you could. The winged ones, not all of us got that.
As y'all, the door swings open on the carriage, but on the side closest to the stairs that lead into the main hall. And the man gets down from the carriage, from the block, and throws back his hood, revealing his elven ears and his dark hair, very much an elf in appearance.
You stay right, aren't you? Is the whole thing.
What?
What's your name?
My name is Rahade.
Right.
As you are the master's guests,
Mm-hmm.
I am going to pretend that you do not disrespect me.
And he reaches into the carriage and says, "Mistress," and holds out a hand for Irina. She seems a little hesitant, but she takes it, and he helps her out of the carriage. horse and begins leading her into the castle. Ismark is very much seeming to be uncomfortable with this and kind of scurries after, hand on sword.
Basically,
I'm gonna say this. His Mark seems like a decent kid and all.
mhm.
He got an unhealthy protective issue of his sister.
Yes, indeed.
You about killed me because you said Raiden before I could, and
I mean,
it
that,
got me.
you
It was
know,
on the
that
tip of
it's
my
just
tongue. You said it.
best to just be just
But you gotta be lightning
Just, you know,
fast
like-
with some of these names.
respectful of others' way
They're
of
they're
life.
moving at a quick walk away from the
Alright, I'm following.
I'm stepping down, and as she's
I'm
been
following
stepping
you.
down, walking and talking.
Trying to keep pace.
chicken waddle.
Just
I only got
basically,
25 foot of movement. I'm having the chicken hop.
Can't you fly or something?
so Gretahana is
Flippity
beating
flap.
y'all with
I
45
can-
movement speed.
I can.
Are they sprinting or something?
I'm just
I
walking.
have to flutter.
You're fluttering. I've got a good
A
pace.
thick, cold fog swirls in this courtyard. Sporadic flashes of lightning begin to lance the clouds overhead as thunder begins to shake the ground.
I ain't felt nothing this thick and cold since my old lady.
Alright.
Through the drizzle, you see
You have an old lady?
She's my old lady. She ain't no ball and chain no more.
Through the drizzle, you can see torch flames fluttering on each side of the keep's open main doors. Warm light is spilling out of the entrance and flooding the courtyard. High above the entrance is a round window with shards of broken glass lodged in its iron frame. The walls around this courtyard are about 90 feet tall and solid stone.
Alright. Alright.
Y'all give me a minute because I gotta go grab my
I
damn
mean,
maps. Here we
that
go.
you know that's a great point, Chauncey. Just that you know that he is just very quick to brandish his. Well, she wouldn't say brandish. Quick to wield his blade.
Maybe he's one of them there Targaryen fellas.
What's a Targaryen?
They like to have relations
They're a
with
bit
their
of a
kin.
motherfucker.
They have relations with their kin. Okay, it's just in their
okay.
bloodline.
I mean that
They're
you.
from Alabama, so I mean, it's
that
all
you-
right in
Well,
some
they
circles.
favor the dragons, so I just know them too much.
I mean that you
I
know
know
that
of
there
them a
was
little
a
bit too
saying
much.
that you know that Furball cat used to say whenever that her own son struck him, and then that she would say this that you still hit like a bitch.
What?
Don't be a menace in South Central while you are caught drinking your juice in the hood. That movie.
I went from Game of Thrones to Don't Be a Menace, and I just got
That's whiplash.
I got whiplash. Oh my god.
Alright,
Ugh.
so
Ugh.
Rahadin, Irina, Ismark, and you three are heading through, and there is about a 20-foot like antechamber. The hell?
We got a donation for $15.
Hey!
It was neat.
As y'all are getting to the top step and getting ready to follow further in, you hear a "excuse me" from behind you, kind of in the courtyard. Turning around, you see a very corpse-like individual wearing a what you would in any other circumstance call a butler's uniform, except he has a ceramic name tag on his chest that says R.O.B. and he's holding a long box that seems to be made of a thin, very thin sheet of wood. On the top, it has an image of like a pile of tomatoes. It says, "Somebody order a pizza."
I did not order a pizza.
No. Rick, sir, what's your name?
Rob,
How much for the pizza, sir?
20 dragons.
Damn if I ain't got 20 dragons right here. Look, man, I don't know who ordered this, but you done showed up to the.
I just make the deliveries.
All right, look, man, I feel sorry for you. I've been in food service myself, but if you done took it to the wrong spot, they probably gonna make you pay for it out your check. So here you go. I'm gonna give you these 20 dragons, but y'all gotta get a better spot. Y'all can't be just showing up at some daggum thing, thinking there's gonna be us. It was some chick who done cock-a-doodle-doo too many times at a campsite. What it was.
You're saying a lot of words.
Here's
You're
your
just instantly
dragons.
blaming some small child.
Here's your dragons.
Here's your pizza.
Thank you, good kindly.
He takes the coins and just kind of shuffles off around the carriage.
Right in that.
This is the worst mimic your setup ever.
Do you want to open the box?
I paid for it. You don't know what the box was.
You open the box, and there's a long piece of flat bread. It's about 1.5 feet long and about 10 inches wide. And there's a whole bunch of melted cheese on top, and there's 3 stripes of red sauce across the top. Because y'all said Detroit earlier, and I had to make it Detroit style.
One of the worst pizzas.
Hey, all I said was chaos. I didn't say it was going to
This right here is
Because
mess.
I will be the one that will stand up and die on this hill. Chicago deep dish is the best pizza. New
Y'all
York,
said Detroit, and I was like,
I
Rob
know.
is the perfect pizza delivery man, and it's got to be Detroit.
I know. All I'm saying is Chicago pizza is the best pizza. New York can kiss my ass, and California throws corn on shit, and that's weird.
I'll agree that is weird, and that floppy greasy pizza is definitely not the best of pizzas. But like, I also feel like if the Chicago deep dish gets too thick, it's just lasagna. Y'all need to stop putting weird names on stuff.
It's a casserole, dude.
It's
And
lasagna.
as y'all
It's
turn
100% a casserole.
as y'all turn around with
Man, fuck this.
very strange Detroit pizza
I got a piece
delivered
of-
by Rob the Wandering Zombie,
I'm eating it.
you do not see Rahadin, Irina, or Ismark in the hall beyond. Y'all were talking to Rob. You have no idea where they went.
Where'd they go?
So, what y'all are
They
looking.
skedaddle.
Where y'all are is at the top of the stairs down into the courtyard. You're at the start of a 20 by 20 foot foyer antechamber. There is a set of double doors on the far side that are closed.
You want a piece of pizza? I ain't eating this whole thing by myself. Don't go to waste.
Sure, why not?
It's about lunchtime anyway, and I don't know where this feast is supposed to be at, so you go ahead and get you some.
I just want just one slice.
Now watch out, it's gonna get some in your fur, cause that they done put the sauce on top like idiots.
Did they just do 3 strips of sauce?
I don't know. It's some
They could have done.
the guy who delivered it ain't even have a brain, man. It's falling outside of his head.
That doesn't seem like it meets in a form of health code.
No, it does not. But I felt sorry for him, so I paid for it and took it.
Did
Thank
you give
you
him a good?
for-
Did you
thank
give him
you
a
for
tip?
Thank you for purchasing Rob the Zombie. He can come back. You can do that again.
You're welcome.
No, I gave him a lesson because I shouldn't have bought it in the first place. It wasn't my pizza.
Have you ever worked in the food industry?
Boy, that's all I did for a minute. But look here. All right. If I didn't buy it, he'd have to buy it. I'm not giving him
Well, we
25
need to
dragons for
catch
no
up with
damn
him.
thing I ain't even tried to buy. I don't want this thing. I just got it because I could. You should have tipped him on tipping me. That gun. You was right there beside me. All your philanthropy and playing for the lords while they sexing each other. You could have pointed up a dragon or two.
Now, I'll be honest, that store would have been better if I knew one spell. They would have paid me so much more if I knew how to cast Enhance Ability.
Good boy, that's just funny.
Bear's Endurance.
I don't care who you are, that's funny right there. You done played a 5-minute song and you could have stopped at one.
Are y'all trying to proceed through the next set of doors?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess I'm having too much
We are the
fun.
worst house guests because we are walking in with a pizza, making dirty jokes in the castle.
Y'all are making dirty jokes.
Meemaw, Toma, you with us? Like, you getting blamed by association?
The next set of doors are you open them and you're in a much larger space. Cobwebs stretch between 4 columns that support the vaulted ceiling of a great dusty hall dimly lit by sputtering torches and iron sconces. The torches cast odd shadows across the faces of 8 stone gargoyles squatting motionlessly on the rim of the domed ceiling. Cracked and faded frescoes are covered by decay. There's another pair of double doors, bronze, to your, hang on, let me double check my alignments here. Oh, this isn't going to be helpful at all.
Do y'all ever wonder why all these immortal types like live in a decrepit place? Like, is it just their MO? Because I mean, I'm assuming he has the money to clean this.
I'm assuming he has the money for some decent lighting. I mean, dang, son.
I mean, if you look up there, those lights, they're the old form of recess lighting. You can't get up there and easily change them. Have you ever tried to do that?
No,
They're on
but I
that
also
weird track
can't fly.
system.
I mean, what I'm saying is here, you this deadgum rich, you live for this deadgum long, you ought to be able to just, like,
I mean,
figure out a way.
you gotta get, like, you don't have to replace the whole thing up there. You gotta get, like, 8 sticks with this weird little suction cup thing on it and try to unscrew it.
Like I said, you got to figure out a way. It's been long enough.
I mean,
I've been to one wizard's place. His name was Lawrence Elwin Daenerys. LED. He made a new type of light for him that you could actually use. It's a flat panel. It emanates light. It's goddamn magic.
Okay. Directly across from you, 40 feet away, is another set of double doors, bronze. They are closed. To your immediate left, a wide staircase climbs up into darkness. To your right, a lit hallway contains another set of bronze doors through which you can hear sad and majestic organ music.
we're probably gonna go to
I'm going to go to the music, I suppose. Yo, alright, we got dark hallway, dark stairway that's kind of lit, or lit hallway with music. Trying to find people, I think it's going to be music sound. I mean, it's just me. you know.
I'm gonna go along, but that is a dirge.
As y'all move toward the music, there's still torchlight fluttering against the walls in this hall. A suit of armor, oiled and glistening, stands at attention in a shallow alcove. There is a to the side some double doors that are hanging slightly open, with a steady bright light escaping through. The organ music is coming from behind these doors. That's what I got.
Alright. See if these doors are unlocked.
They're hanging slightly open
Or
already.
then I will open the door.
You open them to reveal a very bright and ornate, what appears to be a dining chamber. There are 3 enormous crystal chandeliers brilliantly illuminating the space. Pillars of stone stand against dull white marble walls supporting the ceiling. In the center of the room, a long, heavy table is covered with a fine white satin cloth. Irina and Ismark are both seated at this table. Y'all can roll me insight, please.
Hey.
Hey,
Oh!
Dirty 20.
14.
16.
Okay. Based on what y'all have seen of them for this brief acquaintance, Irina seems to be a little dazed, and Ismark seems like he's gritting his teeth, and he is tense as hell. The table itself is laden with many delectable foods. There's roasted beast basted in a savory sauce, roots and herbs, sweet fruits and vegetables. Places are set for both Irina, Ismark, and 4 more settings. Fine, delicate china and silver, a crystal goblet filled with amber liquid, and on the far wall, between floor-to-ceiling mirrors, stands a massive pipe organ. It's blaring out a thunderous melody that speaks of greatness and despair. Seated at the organ facing away from you, a single caped figure pounds the keys in raptured ecstasy. As you all move into the room fully, the figure stops, and a deep silence falls over the dining hall as the figure turns around. Very pale skin, a slicked back black hairdo that drapes in soft coils over his shoulders, an ornate vest with different like medals and sigilry adorning the chest pieces, and stands from the bench at the organ and says, "Welcome. Please, sit with us. We will speak." And moves toward the head of the table.
Bow and sits. Is it like on what side of the table is Irina is sitting on?
As the figure is approaching the head of the table, Irina would be to the figure's right, and Ismark on the left.
Okay. I am going
His right and his left,
Okay.
which would be your left and your right.
Okay.
Is this a very striking figure, noble features in his?
Very much.
Okay, I'm gonna. Lord Strahd, being as we did not know your taste, we brought a pizza to add to the bountiful harvest that you have
It's
given
a
to
pizza
us.
missing one fucking piece.
Silence your tongue.
That's Hewitt. That's not Chateclaire. It's like just open up a whole fucking box of pizza. It's missing one piece. Lord Strahd.
But here's the best part. It's the piece right from the middle. Like, you had to cut in and like...
Oh.
Look, here, had to make sure it wasn't poison. We did test to make sure it was not poisoned, so it could not harm you,
Ah!
sir. So here you go.
Just gonna make some room. I was like, push the roast over there.
You put it on the trivet, so it
Just
doesn't
right
mess
there,
up the table.
right there in the middle, so it can.
The three of you roll me a perception really quick.
Oh my god.
8.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
18.
Alright,
I like you, giant metal die.
Greta, you are, you're kind of, this room, this space is large enough that it makes even you feel a little small. And the entire scenario of sitting down to a feast kind of catches you off guard. You're not really sure where you should be looking or what you should be paying attention to. The both of you, however, Syrex and Chauncey, y'all notice that both Irina and Ismark's eyes are kind of flicking over to like look at you guys out of the corners of their eyes, and then kind of back staring at each other. It doesn't seem to be a natural situation.
Nothing in the room seems natural, is what you're saying?
Irina and Ismark don't seem to be reacting in a normal way.
It doesn't seem like they were willingly sitting at the table and eating with him. It is not a natural thing for them to have done.
Okay.
Right. There's also no sign at this point of Rahadin.
Hey, where'd Rahadin go?
He is preparing rooms for my guests.
Oh, okay, that's nice of him. That's very appreciate that shit. Well, Mr. Lord, Sir King, Sir
You may
Strahd.
call me Count.
Count. Now, see, that's a whole different one because everybody done called you everything under the sun other than Count by this time. But it was all good stuff. All good stuff, just different titles. I didn't know what to call you. But Count's a good one. Look, Count Strahd.
You are not the bar,
No, I'm not. There's no daggum bar today yet.
and yet you speak so much.
Some say a little too much. That's true.
Sit with us.
Oh, yes, sir. I was just going to thank you for inviting us. Now, it sure is a nice face you got here.
So,
I'm sitting down.
Very nice.
taking in this room, it's well lit.
Yes.
before going to a seat, will whisper in Syrex's ear. All right, I understand what's going on here. He only has the actual money to keep one room with the lights on. Also, my pa told me you don't burn a lantern in a room you ain't in, so that makes a little bit more sense.
Shut your gapping and sit down.
I was whispering. I'm doing a stage whisper for the people at home.
I'm just, all I'm saying, as I'm whispering on the stage, is that the godlike figure over there, who has just met us and we have procured none of the things to beat him in battle, has asked us to sit down, and so we sit. You gonna pull your weapons right now? No, you is not. Shit, boy.
What's funny is Chanteclaire is already sitting as this conversation is
Greta has already been sitting down.
like he sits right next to Syrex.
Mark, how you doing? You seem a little tense there, buddy.
Just kind of gives a very curt nod.
I swear it's Mark. He's wound up tighter than his sister was. Isn't it? Y'all need to release some of this tension. I don't know if you gotta be with each other or not. You can't live like this, son.
I think it might be more that he is upset that the good Lord here has chosen his sister and he might not approve.
The Count Strahd takes a seat in this ornate chair at the head of the table, picks up a glass, and says,
It's only to be expected. Their father just died, and Irina is set to be my wife. Of
Now-
course, a brother would be upset.
Now,
Now, I do have to ask a case in point here, good sir.
That's why we're talking.
Now, to my understanding from the little bit we rode over here, a lot beautiful countryside that you got here. Reminds me of Rocky Mountain High, but
This is why I chose to settle here.
there's the whole question of who may or may not be responsible for said father's death, and also maybe somebody is not fully accepting the advances that have been put forth by one good sir.
There are many dangers in this land. I am not responsible for ensuring that every stubborn lout of a burgomaster takes those proper precautions to defend himself and his people. I can only provide instruction and
Here's-
assistance when requested. Otherwise, I would be little more than a dictator.
does Irina have a ring on her hand?
No.
Now, here's where I come from, Strahd. If someone's betrothed to another, you done handed them a ring and they had accepted yes. Where's her hand? Where's her ring? You ain't got that yet?
I was waiting for the engagement.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you look at this. He is a fine noble. He
Oh, ain't
is
that
waiting
something?
to give the promise ring at the right moment.
Go ahead,
Strahd,
then,
I
sir.
didn't know
We
you were
here.
born again.
We're here. Go ahead.
She has been
Speech.
mine for long enough. She will remember in time.
Not gonna lie, my good lord, that came off more creepy than it probably was
Yeah,
intended.
don't quite make sense.
I would like to put a disclaimer in here that no matter what I may say as Strahd, none of this do I condone in real life.
Hold on. To quote the
views expressed,
Chateclaire.
not those of the sponsor.
Hey there, papas and popettes. Understand real quick. Consent is the sexiest thing that's out there in this world.
Absolutely.
Strahd's safe word doesn't exist.
Strahd is a whole ass. We do not condone, approve, or otherwise propose that you apply any of this in your existences, relationships, or otherwise. Please do not. We do not say that. That is not what is happening here. We are telling a
Strahd is a
story.
problem.
So do not try it at home.
Please do not. We are not responsible. So with that said, I'm not going to take any more time on that. And we are going to actually wrap right there with y'all in the middle of a talk with a
Of a
really bad jackass.
of a feast that includes all the things, all the finest of
So
things.
much drama.
Drama.
And tea. There's gonna be
No,
tea.
and a pizza. And a pizza.
And a Detroit style pizza.
And just look, fancy dinner. This little tiny dragonborn shoves a pizza box.
Just gonna put this.
And it's greasy. We know it's greasy as hell because they care. That's fucked up the tablecloth already. That
100%.
tablecloth ain't coming. I can't prestidigitate that clean.
I'm scared
Bill
of our
can't
Pick
family
it up for one
dynamic.
another. It's
Bill,
fine.
Bill can't come in
With
and help.
family dynamic.
That this family dynamic of ours, as soon as Basch gets in, oh boy, this family dynamic.
All right, so
You literally have your two unruly grandchildren that your children did not discipline. And we're hopped up on Mountain Dew, and we'll come at Strahd like a fucking spider monkey.
I don't know what it means, but I love it.
You know what? High five. We're gonna totally Ricky Bobby kids. Strahd. I don't care if we died.
Yes.
Just come on. We gotta. I'll
A
come
little
at
bit
you
of shake.
and bite.
Boom! Right there.
like to thank y'all for watching. We're just gonna do a quick rundown again. We are still doing this this fundraiser for St. Jude's because no child should have to go through cancer, and if we can help with that, then we're gonna help with that as best we can. We are continuing this fundraiser through the end of October. Again, the Choose a Chaos only applies when we are on stream with Curse of Strahd, but that is going to be every Thursday. At least for the next couple of Thursdays. We might have some schedule changes toward the end of the month, but we shall see.
Parent teacher
keep
night. Sorry.
and keep you informed. But in either case, we will be back here next Thursday with that. The social media things.
Alright, so Monday we will be starting back up with Holy Winds playing the Quiet Year, which is going to be fun because there's going to be team building the world, not just me saying what some of the crap is. So for any DMs that are out there, find the PDF. You can use a regular deck of cards, but if you want to spend the $50 to actually buy it to support a great indie separate game, do it. It is fun, it's world building, it's post-apocalyptic, and it leads to debates and fights. It's great. Let's see, Thursday we'll be back with this. This Sunday we will have Kitchen Table. Following Sunday, and I need to still do research, will be investigation check on cryptids.
Oh, right.
And then we will be having, the next Sunday will be toolkits, building stuff, and because we have 5 of them this month, we will do an extra investigation check on the history of Halloween. This is Halloween. This
And
is
then
Halloween.
is it copyright strike?
The mouse is going to get us tonight. Dun, 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 dun. Socials. We are Team Bonus Action on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Linktree. If you see the Hydra, it's us. Also on Twitter, we are at bonus_team. The joke's not even there anymore.
And it's
Right.
fine. You're doing good.
I'm gonna fuck it up next month just to
Oh,
bring
yeah.
it back.
Yeah, all through Extra Life Weekend, we guarantee it. It's gonna be fucked up.
We are at Bulbous.
We are
Speaking of which, first
at-
weekend
that
of
we
November,
are
we'll
just,
be doing
like,
Extra Life
at,
all weekend.
We are just at like team _bonus or something. It's probably going to be something.
At bulbous_stream.
But yes, that you know that. Just thank you all so much for watching us, and then that you know that basically, if that you can donate, please, that it is for a good a good cause, and basically since that Knox isn't here,
Don't let your meat loaf.
And don't let Strahd into your bedroom, kids. That's
Unless you
not
donate
okay.
$75, then surprise!
Surprise! Oh god.
he just showed.
Thank you.